Welcome to Whispers and Choco. This is how we do, and if you don't know, now you do. I'm Shawnee Whispers.
And I'm Mike Choco.
Together we are Mike and Sean in purebred loco. Oh no, we fucked that up. Okay.
Yeah.
And we might go loco.
And we might go loco.
And just in case you wonder what went wrong. Or you, just in case you wonder what took long, we'll say that we're sorry, and this show is going.
This show is going
Straight to hell.
straight to hell.
I like that one, yes.
All right. I got to say that every time that thing comes on, it still is pretty funny.
It's pretty fucking
From
funny.
from the very beginning to now.
And we did that accidentally.
Everything we do is an accident.
That was pretty
Nothing's
accidental.
set in it. So,
What up, what up, what up, what up?
what's going on, Sean? It's been 2 weeks. What have you been up
2
to?
weeks, 2 long weeks. Wow, that is dirty.
That's your little dusty Sean.
So it's been 2 weeks, and yeah, I've been busy with life and work and
Life
shit.
and work.
But yeah, it's good to be back. We only have 2 episodes left.
Yeah, today and, see you in 2 weeks with
So
a
I'm
special
excited.
guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a little special
got-
guest tonight.
We got one tonight, and this is the most important for now. We got one coming up in 2 weeks that you're not ready for,
So
but we'll get
yeah.
you. But
I'm stoked that we have two guests back-to-back weeks.
Yeah,
To find
yeah.
out. I think we do better with guests. It's just there's more dynamic interviews. I mean, discussion.
yeah, and it's hard to
and it's
talk
just
to
fun.
you, so it's better to talk to
Yeah,
someone
man.
else than talking to you.
We're just, we run out of content. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, you sit there and you're just like, so this microphone, you know how this was made?
No, I feel like we have good shit, but it's just better when there's people. When there's
also-
a third party, I feel like we have a little more of a.
It's
nice
also
flow.
better for other people because now they're hearing someone else's
entertaining.
story and
And we've had some fun, entertaining people. So it's good to have our next guest come in today. We're gonna be. I'm excited about that. We've been playing softball this year,
Yes,
and
we have.
and I didn't show up.
It's all right.
this
I was
weekend.
there and I didn't show up.
It was 100 degrees on Saturday,
I was awful
and we played in a softball tournament in
the day before.
The day before.
So there's no chance of coming out.
4
there.
games in 100-degree heat.
Not at 50, almost 50 coming out for 2 days in
I
a row.
wasn't playing, bro.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing.
That's all right. All you missed was the first game was a little bit of a massacre and it was an accident, but mostly my fault. But game 2, like lose by a couple of runs in the end. Like we were there. They were monster record, but they weren't as good as their record. And they come up and look good.
Once the playoff starts, it's all bets are off. It don't matter.
Yeah, and so what they're doing is they pick those team pictures that they take after every game.
Yeah.
Is to make sure that you don't bring ringers.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is actually an interesting thing. I've never seen that before.
They clearly stated, like we're gonna go
Every-
through all the pictures.
Yo, Mike.
make
So
sure.
Studio Mike, every week, you have to take a team picture after your game, so that they can compare the pictures.
So when you go to the playoffs, you don't bring
You don't
ringers
have
that were
ex-
never
you don't
on
have
your team
ringers
before.
because that's what everybody does in every league.
Every
And
league,
in his league, if you're not on the roster, you can't play.
which is like
So it's pretty cool.
we were playing clincher and arc. Like you ran out of guys, or
Yeah,
you need
you
like
just bring it.
you bring studs.
You bring extra, yeah. Everybody does it.
Yeah,
So yeah, we got playoffs coming up soon.
yeah,
yeah,
a couple
next-
weeks. I think
Yeah,
2 weeks.
next week's our last week, right?
I think so. I know. I
Sunday?
don't know at what point that it was. If the last 3 weeks were last week, this week, and next week.
Oh, maybe we have 2
Oh.
left then.
So
In my other league, we started the playoffs already, so we got rained
So then
out
we
yesterday.
probably have. I think we probably have just next week and then the playoffs.
Yeah. So very exciting about that too. I'm excited to be back playing ball because I'm playing with my son. And at a tournament, he played. So we didn't have anybody to play shortstop. So because he was going to bring some kid, the kid couldn't. He had to work, he couldn't show up. So this guy on my team, Rook, played, and Rook can play the position, but he has his torn shoulder, he can't throw, and his range is limited. So he really, he's. So I said to my son, I go, listen, man, you're 6'5", 6'6", whatever.
You're
the
gonna
hell
get
you
to
are.
everything.
You're long. I said, at the very least, just knock the ball down. I don't know if you're gonna be good at this. You don't know if you're gonna be good at this, but just we need you to do it. And this tournament was pretty loaded, like with good teams. And he played He played fucking awesome, dude. He was making plays in the hole. He made a play in the 5-hole, like a stabbing, kind of sliding, stabbing, backhanded play, and a missile to first. I was playing first. He made 2 plays up the middle where he fielded the ball, did a complete 360, and threw a guy out of first.
Oof.
Turned 2 double plays. So it was a revelation because the team sucked, but we had a really good, revelation that my son could play
shortstop. That's
because we need
that's
an
an emergency.
We don't have a shortstop.
Yeah.
So now we have one for all of our teams.
Well, Dempsey
told
got
him, I was
hurt in
like-
the second game, and then your brother had
He
the
got
play.
hurt?
He's dead.
Oh my God!
He
look
got
at
hurt.
this.
He got hurt bad in a car accident. Car hit him. Dude, I think he was like 49 years old. It's crazy. I forgot exactly how old he was, but
Wow,
that whole coaching staff is young, and he was riding his bike.
The Jets' assistant coach is dead. Wow, that's sad.
I mean, yeah, he's been
People are
critical
dying
for a
I
while.
mean, this fucking world is coming to an end.
Well,
It's crazy.
a couple of weeks ago, you saw that the ocean was on fire.
The ocean was, not only that.
It was on fire.
Well, half the planet's on fire.
No, but I mean, but I mean, like, to start with that, the ocean is on fire.
Because of the methane that was in the water.
Yeah.
So you know what else is wild? That there's a smog of smoke in New York now because of the
Oregon.
coming from Oregon,
Yeah.
California, Washington. That I mean, nothing. I mean, didn't they say that in the Bible? That thou'th shall burn on the left, and the right shall smelleth. Pretty sure it said something like that in the Bible. There's a lot of falsities in the Bible. I'm sure that's one of them.
Yes, but everything can be associated by
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's the end of days.
Yeah.
Fucking earthquakes, mudslides,
We had-
tsunamis,
look at
hurricanes.
last year we had
ice melting.
the killer hornets.
Water levels are going up.
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean,
The
viruses.
water was on fire.
Fire water. Viruses.
Did you see they?
7-Eleven sells Fireball now. I mean,
That's like they're just like, you know
they
what?
just sell shots of Fireball
Yeah,
on the counter.
you just walk in.
It's like, what the fuck? Kid's like 15 years old. I'm sure they're selling them
It's
to
like,
him.
you got it. Don't worry
The
about
world's
it.
coming to an end.
Yeah, you know what?
It's fucking sad.
It's
man.
crazy. It's like when they called that emergency in, they called in the fireboats to put out
The water fire.
to water fire, and
With water.
they're with water, and in the corner.
No, they shot foam
yeah,
on it, right?
Yeah, in the corner,
had no
there's a
choice.
little tiny tugboat shooting foam.
Foam, yeah.
And I was like,
That was wild, dude.
it's
It
kind
looked-
of like
it looked crazy.
It's if your house is on fire and you took a bottle of Poland Springs water and you threw it in there just to see what happens.
Did you see the Did you see the video of the highway in California with the fire burning and the guy driving
Yeah.
essentially through the fire?
Well, even every fire in California, there's a video where somebody's slowly driving
Through
through,
it.
looking for people, looking for animals to help out. People just ran, and
dude,
they're like,
what the fuck is going on right
it's
now?
so dry over there right now on the West Coast. There's no, California's.
It's just great, but it's like weird. It's like a movie. It really, if I'm telling you, when we look back at this, we're gonna be like,
Well, last year,
what the hell was going? Like, it's almost like like literally Nostradamus predicting shit. Like and it's the year of the cicada. I told you the story with the cicadas. They were exploding on my car. It's there's so much shit going on right now.
Well, last year, when they were trying to describe it, like, how do you describe 2020? And I was like, it's like a bad Kevin Costner movie.
Oh, it's definitely
Like
one of those like
Kevin, how bad
like
apocalyptic
that
Kevin.
2020. What was that movie? 20.
Yeah, but with
It's literally fucking like that right now.
Fucking Walking
2000
Dead.
Yeah, but like if Walking Dead wasn't successful, that's what last year was.
We got some people checking in on Facebook, so hopefully they're tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. Like, add, share. Get on here. You can see videos of us. We only got 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
We got some stuff to talk about, so you may want to tune in.
So,
Lynn writes, what's
you-
up?
What up, Lynn?
hello, what's up?
Good to see you, Lynn.
Did
She
you
said
wa-
it's hard,
Happy
but you guys
anniversary.
rock.
What's that?
She said it's hard, but you guys rock.
Ooh, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Lynn.
So
Lynn-
were you
Lynn-
watching basketball?
Lynn just had an anniversary. What?
Did you watch you watching the basketball? The championship?
I full disclosure, I wasn't really tuned in as normally.
mhm.
I did watch it. I watched like segments of each game because I don't know. I just wasn't as engaged as I normally am in the final. I don't. You know, I honestly, I'm not a big Chris Paul fan.
Okay.
You know, like obviously he's a great player.
Look at what
Don't
he's,
get me
every
wrong.
team that he's done, he's
He's
changed
a
them.
tremendous
he's made them.
player. I just don't like his attitude. He's a fuck.
Okay.
And I'm kind of happy that, you know, I always like I like to root for the underdog. Chris Paul had a whole lot of shit to talk, and he just always does. He's just a fucking loudmouth. But Giannis didn't get any credit. Now, listen, let's just be real.
Okay, but if you look
If
at
the
that whole
Nets-
squad, sorry, like, you know, with Middleton, Brooke Lopez,
They're loaded.
Drew, they have
They got a very good team.
They have a very
It's not a
good
super
team.
team, though,
No,
but they're
but it's
very
a
good.
very good team.
But the bottom line is, though, if the Nets were healthy, they would have swept the Bucks, and that's a fact. And that part.
Yeah, but if is everything.
Well, if right, you're
And
right. You're
nothing.
100% right. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle.
Lynn says, tell Sean he's right. The Bible quote, I'm watching you guys.
Yeah, somebody's watching us.
Somebody, we are down to one, and it's Liz.
I
Thank
will.
you.
Let me see. I will show wonders in the heavens and on the earth blood and fire. Joel 2:30. I have come to bring fire on earth, and how I wish it were already. Luke 2. See, it's there is fire on earth.
Yeah, there's so many different, you know,
I mean, the Bible's got a lot of-
versions of the Bibles that
The Bible's.
I mean-
it's a very good, entertaining book, but that's about it. I mean, you know, very like I'd say 99.9% of this shit is not factual. It's just stories being.
Yeah, but you
told.
also don't even. There's no physical, like Jesus, right? The whole idea of Jesus, not to knock it, and it's in Jesus was physical, and
right. He was a real
right.
entity. He was
but
a,
so
he was
some
a,
people,
he's a
some
great
peop-
man.
Some people say it as a physical person that the story of him is real. Some people it's fabricated because you don't know.
Well, the story of him is fabricated, but he was a real person. You know what I'm saying? Like the story of him being born on Christmas, which is false. He was born in the summer.
You know-
the story about him being
Hold on.
married, his mother being a virgin. Listen, this is all I'm saying. Most people out there that believe that Jesus came from a lady who never had sex with a man don't believe in aliens. Those people are fucking crazy.
yeah, like, but the
So-
thing with Jesus though is not so much as that, like his mother, you know, was.
So you're telling me that Santa Claus don't exist?
No, I'm saying he's real.
Santa
It's the
Claus
Easter
definitely
Bunny.
exists. I'm fucking Santa Claus.
Yeah, you know how many times I've been Santa Claus?
Spend all that money because we're all Santa Claus.
Yeah, my
just
friend.
like we're all Jesus.
Yeah,
There's Jesus in every one of us, and there's fucking Santa Claus
let's
in
go
every
to
one
Brooklyn.
of us.
We're gonna go to Williamsburg. There's Jesus is all over the
We're
place.
going
It's
to
unbelievable, bro.
But so the thing with the thing,
It's crazy.
But that story though is that like Joseph, right, got married, and at that time,
Joseph.
you had sex with your wife the day you got married.
If you
that
didn't
night.
listen, if you didn't, I mean, they probably used the sheet or whatever, like the Jews like to do, and I'm sure that happened. But listen, maybe it wasn't Joseph. I don't know. All I'm saying is
I would just be a little bit pissed if my
to-
wife ended up pregnant by someone else.
It's
I
just
mean,
unrealistic to believe that a Holy Spirit put something in an angel came down and fucking basically banged Mary and it wasn't whatever it was. It's a weird
that
dynamic
was
to think.
that was hardcore.
Whatever it was, to think.
Know what you said, though.
For that to happen, for people to actually believe that happens, but yet they'll believe that we're the only species in this universe.
Right, there's
and-
no other intelligence
and
out
like,
there.
and the Earth is only 20,000 years old. Come on, those people are fucking. They're psychotic. That's just a fact.
Yeah, I think
Dude, which is why religion as a whole. And don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-religion. I'm not an atheist at all. But that's why religion is dying as a whole. Because the people are unrealistic. They don't move with the times. They don't grow. You know the fact of the matter is that the second biggest telescope on the planet is owned by the Vatican. And so
they also don't believe in science, right?
Aliens don't believe in fucking. I mean, if religion doesn't believe in science, and
But they have
aliens,
a-
but they got the biggest telescope on the planet. So
we have to see what the other church is doing.
people are just stupid. They like to
Yeah.
believe whatever they're told. They're sheep. Again, back to the fucking
Well,
sheep
I
part.
got to say that in the story as a Catholic, when you go and you have to go through everything, and they give you all the stories
sacraments.
of the sacraments, and you have to learn everything, right? Because you get
I'm
tested. on-
up to date.
right? And I was like, because they give us Jesus as a baby when he's born, and then they give us that when he's 30, right? But so between 30 and somewhere about 37, 38 is when he dies, and what we know is the ending of Jesus before the rebirth, right? But as you know, like I always said, I was like, I would like,
mean that when they say he becomes a zombie.
yeah, when he joins the Walking Dead,
Was that
right? because Jesus is in The Walking Dead.
That's cool too.
So I was like, the point is, like, what I'm saying is, like,
It's people. It's funny how people just want to believe certain truths.
right. But it's like, nobody says, like, what did he do as a teenager and in his 20s that made him
No,
so
there's like literally 20-some years of
nothing.
no documentation.
Nothing
of him.
whatsoever. So he
When
existed
he was
as a
just
baby.
being a regular man.
Right. When he was rolling with his apostles when he was a bad guy before he turned over.
Well, see, that's another thing too. The apostle thing, I think, was exaggerated also. Like in a sense of
like he had a crew.
all of that stuff. That was all the paintings and writings and all that stuff came way after he was dead. You know what I mean?
Nobody was following him while it was going on.
It wasn't
going, oh,
right. Wait,
let me
so,
write
and
the
I
story.
always tell the story about. I always tell the comparison of like, if you put 10 people, decent-minded people, or let's just say put 20 just to make it interesting. People in a room, and you start with one word. You know the game telephone. You know that game. You start with one word and see what you end up at. And I can almost guarantee that it's going to come out a different word at the end of it almost always every time happens. So if that can happen in real time with 20 people, what's happening over 2,000 years with thousands of people?
Well, there's also
writing
right,
stories.
Everyone is a different
It's all
version.
story. It's all bullshit.
Like,
so I'm sorry, but I don't want to sound like I'm saying the Bible's bullshit, but
no,
it really is. It's like stories people made up, and it's it's lessons, and that's why it's a great book, because some of the stuff that was written was actually very brilliant, in a sense that it brings sheep. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Religion
but people
is
who need
created
guidance. A lot of people need
religion
guidance.
was there to lead, right? To
Control
corral
the masses.
to control the masses.
Control the masses.
You already
and
had
people need it. Listen, you know what? I'm not disagreeing with it, because there's a lot of ignorant people in this world, and they need to be led. Because if they're not, the world will be a fucking shit show. It's a shit show now already.
Well, I mean, look,
Because
it
you got
has
some
moments,
because
yes.
some stupid people
But it
are
has
very
moments.
successful.
Yes, but
and
it has
stupid
moments of
people.
shit show.
Stupid people have influence in this country, because the possibility of that happening is there now.
Yeah, look. So the conspiracies exist more because there's an open mind to believe that conspiracies should be okay to. It should be okay to believe it, right? If you believe a conspiracy or a story, let's not call it conspiracy. Let's say a story,
Right.
And you think it's fabricated, but I think it's true.
Right.
We've allowed ourselves that you can believe that.
Right.
You may say, I don't. Yeah, that's
Well,
bullshit. There's no way that happened.
I mean, I think I agree with that, but I think that certain logical shit is logical. Certain things are just kind of
right. But for some people,
to-
they needed something that was different.
There's conspiracies that are just ridiculous. Like I was watching a documentary.
Flat Earthers.
Okay, I mean, come on. Listen, if you're going to talk about flat earthers, I won't.
No, I'm just saying that that's
No,
existed.
right.
Existing as
But
something that.
But listen, those people they don't deserve to breathe the air that I breathe. I think I've used that on this line. I don't
say that a lot.
They don't deserve my conversation. They don't deserve my time.
You don't-
I would never debate a flat earther. I wouldn't do it. I can't talk to stupid, and I honestly think it'll dumb me down, and I'm fucking too old for that.
Well, that's
I'm
what
trying
you
to
have
get
already
smarter,
said in your
and that's
ways.
stupid.
Right. So you did like.
But like the alien conspiracy, like look, a lot of that's coming to fruition now.
All right, but-
like the whole Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar was always considered a conspiracist. Right now, that guy's becoming like a rock
Right,
star.
because they're opening.
well,
this
because
is what I
because
said.
the government's finally admitted
Well,
shit.
hold on. Yeah, but here's the thing: the government was like, "We need a space force," right? And people were like, "What the fuck do you need a space force for?" Right? And he's like, "No, we need a space force. We need to go up in space." And they're like, "Come on!" All of a sudden, videos start coming out
Space
of fucking
force.
UFOs, and they're like, "See, I told you we need a space force. We need $750 billion to protect ourselves from
Space
aliens."
Force.
Space Force. Welcome to
We'll protect you.
Welcome to Starship Troopers.
Space Force.
Yes, but they didn't start with the aliens exist or aliens might exist until Space Force became something that they felt like they needed. And so they're like, hey, everybody, come join Space Force because we need it. But I was always amazed that the people that said that they were abducted or attacked by aliens and, checked and all these things was the guy in the woods out by himself, drinking in the woods, hunting with his sleeping bag and his lawn chair and his six-pack by a fire. He gets abducted by aliens, but not the douchebag in Brooklyn.
But that's not true, because the douchebag at College Point, our Candyman got abducted.
Yes, but I mean, he was the one guy. We never.
Not
Nobody
one guy.
ever.
That's the one guy that was.
No,
that
I mean
was,
that's the one guy. Like in
that was like a why. It was a well-known story, and he was on the news. The guy had scientists that studied him.
You look, maybe that's
There
something
was
that
a
I'll
ma-
never believe.
there-
I was
whatever.
like, I don't
That's-
know.
You don't have to.
I don't.
So look, there was a couple of facts that was not debatable. So they did the Candyman in our neighborhood. Okay.
So he had his truck, right?
His ass was glowing from
Oh.
E.T.'s finger.
He claimed he was abducted
Yeah.
for years and years and years, and everybody would make fun of him. He had an alien on the side of his truck that was like the garbage can of
So
the,
when you,
it
the
was
hole,
mouth,
so you could throw your
hole.
garbage away right in the mouth.
So
That's where
the whole, everybody, we all, me included, we all laughed, ha ha ha. And then one day, I was a little bit older. It was my 20s, I was like already living on my own or whatever, and fucking, I see like a show on Connie Chung.
Connie Chung.
Connie Chung or Kaidi Tong, one of those fucking chicks. One of those bros.
Kaidi Tong.
Yeah.
Wow.
Her. The chick for the Asian reporter
Kaidi Chung.
Trisha Takanaka.
Sakanako. Chung. Kaidi
So
Chung.
yeah, no, but I think it was Kaidi Chung. She's still on TV. He's like fucking
Kaidi
600.
Chung.
Kaidi Tong. So Kaidi Tong was hosting this show on Alien, on network TV. It was like on Channel 2, like whatever channel she's on. She hosted it on that at like 8 o'clock. What is that? That sounds crazy.
Yo, they're here.
Who is?
The alien.
The Alien. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
Yo, they just landed on the
They
roof.
heard us. So
So that was a
did the
vibrating.
show.
Hold on, it was a vibrating rumble sound on the top of our studio.
It literally sounded like
right when we were
aliens.
talking about aliens.
That was crazy.
Coincidence? I think not.
It was Kaidi Tong. She sent her fucking Space Force after us. So they did this show. It was wild. It was on regular TV, and we heard all the stories. Most of them. But then all of a sudden, I see they do a whole segment on Bill, the Candyman. And Bill lived at College Point, and he did college. His route was College Point. So all my College Point friends that I didn't necessarily grow up with as a youngster, and all my everybody in Flushing knew him because he did our route, our blocks. So, and he was always quiet, skinny dude, fucking much typical 80s dude. He looked like a skinny, tall Charles Bronson, right?
Yeah,
So
but
anyway,
like-
so he wasn't a terrible dude, but he was quiet, never really like socialized. So anyway, I see him on the show. I'm like, what the fuck? It's Bill. She's like, Bill, blah, 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 blah. Claims to be abducted 27 times. His wife thought he was crazy. She divorced him. Blah, blah. And then all of a sudden and this is 20-something years ago. I'm 25 years ago. And they're like, Bill has a mass in his brain, the stem of his brain, like right at the base of his brain where his spinal cord and his brain meet. And they can't go anywhere near it. It's definitely not natural. It doesn't belong there. And he has it there. And he's four of like the most crazy, the world's renowned doctors checked and they don't know what it is. And so this is why they actually did a segment on him because there was, plus the nights that he claimed to be abducted. The first night there was like 200 calls in College Point of alien sightings. That same night. Lights, fucking quiet wind, crazy wind, quiet, no sound, and lights, flashing lights. All College Point. You can research this shit. It's all there to be researched. So I was actually bugging. I was bugging because I'm like, wow, we owe this guy's apology. Owe him an apology. We destroyed this dude for fucking our whole childhood, thinking he was crazy. And
Well,
so now,
that doesn't say that he's not crazy.
yes, it does. I think it does.
doesn't
So all right. So what
We're
do you
all
think it is?
fucking
Tell me what
crazy.
do you think it is? Because LaGuardia Airport's there and it was an airplane. So tell me what you think it is. Then.
I don't think
what's-
anything of it.
What's the mass in
Shit
it?
happens.
But you're so I'm
Like
asking
a power
you. I'm
surge
asking
in
you.
College Point at the same time.
Okay.
As something
A
like
light like that would just shine and wind and no noise. Everybody had the same kind of like weird feeling.
I looked out my window not too long ago, and there was a power surge, and for about 3 minutes, or maybe 2, it was different color lighting.
What if
off
there
the
was no
cables.
recorded power surges from the companies in the state?
I don't
I'm
know
just
if
telling
there
you.
was.
No, there wasn't on
So-
this particular case.
But I'm just saying. So
there was none of that.
So I look out the window, and there's this. It's a blue and red light, and it's just going back and forth across the wire, and it was all.
No, so this was the whole area was blinding light, like daytime.
Okay. I'm allowed to.
No, you are.
I'm
Well,
allowed
you're
to
a skeptic. You're a skeptic, and I like that. But I'm just saying. Like, what about the object in his brain? What about that thing? And that's all real shit. You could research it. I'm telling you, doctors didn't know what it was. They couldn't do it, and that's numerous people.
He died?
Numerous.
He died?
No, he might be. I think he might have died by now. I don't know. I really don't know. I couldn't tell you. But Bob Lazar mentioned 20-something years ago as well that, you know, he worked at Area 51, that he worked on some of these cases, that he worked on the reverse technology, that they had aliens, they had bodies, they were actually interacting with them, communicating with them. That has been going on forever, and he was called a fucking kook. And now everybody's kind of revisiting all of the things he said, because it's all kind of being. It's, you know what, I think they're being real careful about telling people that they have aliens, but it's going to come. It's very soon, because the problem is that you saw what happened with the raid 51. That all these people said they want to raid Area 51.
Yeah, but they were like, you know, when the government was like, don't do it.
Don't do it, because we will nuke you. They'll drop a fucking bomb. They don't care. But there's a lot going on right now with really, 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 really renowned people that are kind of just, you know, they're retired. What, you know, one colonel astronaut on his deathbed talked about all the disclosures he had to sign for the shit that he saw. He saw aliens. He actually saw them at Area 51.
So what makes you think that, not makes you think, forget about that. Let me just say, like, what makes you feel, right? That not just because you saw this article and you saw these videos and you saw this interview, what makes you, other than that, what makes you believe that it's real?
That there are actually intelligent life out there?
I don't know. Yeah, like, I don't know. I believe that I don't believe that we're the only things that exist.
No,
in this
well,
world.
it doesn't make sense. So, all right. So there, first of all, there's a lot of gaps in our technology that were filled up. There he is. Ooh. There he is.
Technology, man. I'm not here yet.
In the house.
What's up, baby?
What up, baby?
What's up? You don't have to come in.
We're talking about aliens, bro. You're in the perfect time.
What I look like?
Perfect.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, you know how you got here.
Hi, yeah. So my name is.
You got you the
We're not
headphones?
talking about illegal aliens. We're talking about aliens, like from space.
Yeah, so that's the conversation.
And I know how he's a huge Star Wars fan, sci-fi geek. So
My favorite movie was Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah.
great movie.
Great movie.
So in modern day times, it was a story about a college. Do you remember the guy? In 189, we used to come up to 189, right?
Bill the Candyman.
The Candyman. He had the.
Oh, I remember that dude. He used to wear all
That's
these
what he's
sweaters.
talking
We
about.
were just talking about him.
He's saying
He was
that
abducted.
He was abducted by aliens.
They did it.
That's what he used to say all the time.
They did a show on him on Channel 2. Kaidi Tong. It was Kaidi Tong. Not Connie Chung. Not mistaken for Connie Chung.
This is Kaini Chong.
It was Kaidi Tong.
Kaini. It's not Kaini Tong.
It's Kaiti Tong.
It's Kaidi Chung.
Kaiti Tong.
He was always wearing silver
And Connie
Yeah.
Chung. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he always had the
Had the
jewelry,
turquoise.
the rings on.
He had alien
Yes.
stickers on his.
He had the alien sticker on the side of the truck.
That's right.
And he had little articles
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah, you're right. With the jewelry, he used to wear
yeah.
jewelry. So he was, not to revisit the story, but we will quickly, briefly. They did a story on him, like Kaidi Tong. she did like
been a hassle.
She did like a fucking thing on Channel 2 or whatever channel she's on.
Right.
On aliens, on abductions, and Bill was a segment, and he had something in his brain that the doctors couldn't figure out what it was. It was definitely not natural.
How did I not see this?
Oh yeah, dude, it's crazy. I couldn't believe when I was watching it. But this is pre-cell phones, where like if
Right,
we would have
right.
saw it, I could have called my friends.
Right.
It was like 90, dude, 20-some odd years ago. I saw this shit.
Yeah, but if you know that when somebody asked him and he's telling that story, if we had cell phones, somebody would have been behind everybody, like recording it, like.
Yeah,
Yo,
right,
dude,
whatever.
Yeah.
One of the nights, he said he was abducted like 20 times. One of the nights, there was like hundreds of 911 calls from people saying lights and wind and.
He
Yeah.
must have been a good
Lot of
piece
shit.
of ass if they
Dude,
Yo, if they kept coming back.
20 something crazy. I'll tell you something crazy. His
was
wife
like-
his wife thought he was nuts, right? So she divorced him. So fucking he wound up getting married, and his new wife was a skeptic. She was like, all right, whatever, but he was a nice guy, I guess. You know,
Right.
I was a kid. Who the fuck knew what kind of guy he was? Must have been a nice guy to pick up a new chick. She got abducted. The first wife
She got pregnant.
thought the first wife thought he was nuts.
Right.
The second wife was complete, and this is what the second wife didn't believe in aliens at all, nothing at all.
Got abducted.
She got abducted for whatever, listen, see, it's funny, people.
Again.
So, because
They took their mushrooms together.
The wildest part is people again are so skeptical to believe that this can be going on, right? But we literally, as a civilization of mankind, we went from fucking wagons pulled by horses, and in 60 years, we have telescopes that could see hundreds of millions of light years away.
Dude.
So come on.
You see the other guy the other day? What's his name that went up in space for a few?
Yeah,
I
Amazon,
was
George
gonna say, hold on.
Bezos, the
Yeah,
douchebag.
Bozos. He's talk about somebody who's out of the touch of the world, right? He said, "I want to
He went
thank."
to space in a giant dildo. It's
He
crazy.
went, yeah, it was just
Exactly.
a penis. Yeah, that's what it was. It was
It
just
looked like that.
It was Austin Powers. Remember that?
Yeah,
Austin Powers?
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
It's just a scuffed up penis. But this dude said, "I want to thank my employees and all the people that bought stuff from Amazon
For this
because
to
you
happen."
paid for this to happen."
He's that arrogant. That
How
motherfucker.
out of
Yeah.
touch
I really
in
wish
life
that-
are you?
It would have
That's
been.
like,
It would have been awesome if that thing exploded, because they're like, oh, he's so
'Cause then his-
generous. He donates $20 billion, and
his
I'm like,
ex-wife would be
everything's a
responsible
write-off.
for it, and she seems like the person that would not try to take over the world.
Yeah.
You know how much of he not only that cowboy hat, but the fact that he took his Rolex and didn't wear a spaceship Rolex. He took his Rolex and hooked it on over his jacket. So if you look carefully at the interview, he puts the Rolex over his jacket so to show everybody his $30,000.
I hate him, but I just ordered golf balls, so I need to.
They're just on their way.
They're coming tomorrow. Whatever.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What are you gonna
I
do?
I have something on
I
the
mean,
way
you want
too.
to
I
fight
don't
the
wanna-
power, but I
yeah.
fucking love Amazon because they deliver shit the next day.
Quick.
I'm a
Exactly.
hypocrite. I'll be the first to tell you.
Listen, I ordered something yesterday. I got it this morning.
I
This
no-
afternoon,
no-
so.
fucking hate him.
No,
but I love
there
him
is
at the
no-
same time.
I love Amazon.
I fucking hate love you, George Bezos.
I hate love you.
Jeff
Well,
Bezos.
I love your
whatever his name
company. You can go fuck
is. I
yourself.
hate love you. Yeah. But
Yeah, man.
I think it was just interesting that he had to.
He went up in the
He,
fleshlight.
he had to do that because I think it was like a competition of the bill. You know how like there's so much money involved between these guys, and there's no question that he thinks he's competing with Elon Musk. He's a completely different guy.
Yeah.
It cost
You know,
$1 billion a minute for him to go up in the air.
But he's not a guy that's going to build sustainable company to do that. That was just him fucking busting off like shooting a nut. You know what I mean? Like, because he's rich.
Yep.
Elon Musk actually designed and developed and made rockets that actually propel ships into space and then land. So
Yeah.
that he could do these. What did he have? He had 70 or 80 flights. You know that there was only like 20 flights in mankind history, and he did 70 last year alone,
yeah, I would have to say,
which
if
is
they're
pretty
really-
amazing.
Crazy.
if
So
they're-
Elon Musk is the man. Like he's
like-
doing his
He's the
shit.
man,
Yeah.
man.
And
He's
he's
the man.
If
and
there's
he's doing
re-
it for reasons, for
more
you-
than right.
for
more
human
than
reasons.
just as
Right.
like he's the guy you tell me that aliens exist in our world, and I'll go.
Well, of
"It's
course
Elon
he thinks.
Musk."
What, he's an alien.
He's an alien.
definitely-
He's an alien, 100%.
MLB. It might be. He's on the screen right there. Oh yeah, he's.
Yeah,
in
like if you ever remember with Roddy Piper's movie, what was it? They
Kill-
Live.
They live.
They
They
live.
live, right? So you put those
Glasses
glasses on.
on, right.
Oh,
I'm
it's so
telling you,
great.
go get your Ray-Ban.
I got those glasses. Go down Main Street, dude.
Yeah,
Trust me.
they're all there.
Drive down Main Street. They're all you have every other kid, every other person. Their eyes are popping out of their head. I was like, "This is a fucking alien."
Jeff Bezos
But-
is like, I wish I was an alien. Jeez, I wish it.
What I was saying when you sat down was
Yeah.
that people of notoriety, that astronauts, colonels, lieutenant generals, people like fucking really super,
Not generals, lieutenant general.
generals. What I meant to be, lieutenant, whatever ranks they were.
The high ranks.
I don't know ranks. Whatever they were.
5-star,
These were people that were
4-star.
trusted to go to space. They're people that were trusted to operate these $50 billion fucking machinery.
Right.
They're the ones now that are
Coming out.
coming out.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
you don't know
Yeah.
the deal.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this shit is for real.
Like,
This is
I could-
happening.
why couldn't they talk now all of a sudden? What happened?
Because it started it started with Bob Lazar first, who came out years and years and years ago.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a long
And
time.
he was
He's been-
the guy. And then see, I don't have names. I mean, I'm sure I could pull them up, but there was one general who was like literally on his deathbed, and he talked about how he had to sign a disclosure, but it's not good for man that this is going on anymore. Like, people need to know. Dude, it's said that we have technology that's like 100 years past where we are right now,
Yeah.
that they just won't release it.
Right.
because the world, it would show the world that we really do have this assistance, you know.
And we're not ready for it.
And we're not ready for
We're
it.
not ready
And
for
a
it.
lot of, I'll tell you, a lot of these spaceship
Look at
sightings and shit that their people are, it's man-made.
Yeah.
But with technology from alien found craft.
Former Israeli space chief says aliens.
That's
exist.
he's the one. He's one of the big. So
His name is General.
he was one. Now he's one of the big ones. He was the Minister of Defense for Israel and in charge of their space division for like 30 years.
Galactic Federation.
He's coming
has
out
been
on
Bro, they
Wait,
had
waiting
one of the
for
best
humans.
militaries on the fucking planet
It
for the last
says
40 years,
a
right?
Galactic
Yeah.
Federation has been waiting for humans to reach a stage where we will understand
And can
what
join them.
space and spaceships are.
Yo, dude, it's crazy. Like that's what they said. That when announcements are going to be made, it's not going to be made like, oh, we know aliens exist. It's going to be like, they're out there. They want to talk to. Like it's like
Yeah,
that.
right off the
Like,
top. Boom.
there's-
You're gonna meet them at the middle at a starship.
I've heard from more than and dude, this was a special on recently on the History Channel. It was history, and then Josh Gates did it on National Geographic.
That's why William Shatner is still alive, because if the aliens do come, we need a representative that's been there before.
Well, they have a reason every year every year they have a reason to go around Earth and skip, like showing themselves. Last year was the Tiger King.
Look
You
at
know,
your-
like they're like, I'm not going. Fuck these
look at
people.
your friend, right.
This is it's worthless.
No.
COVID came out. They're like,
They're
all
like,
right,
oh,
now,
yeah.
now I don't want to get COVID.
I don't wanna get that.
They're putting you in hand sanitizer.
Yeah, right. Before they fucking hit their buttons, they got hand sanitizer. It's a fucking. They probably spit like alcohol on their
Right.
hands.
Their saliva is hand sanitizer.
They keep driving around. There's so many different reasons
They're like,
they keep
there's a
driving.
lot.
around.
you see them in a VW, they're like,
They see who's in
Now-
the last two
Yeah.
presidents are like, what the
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
man? I'm totally not going there.
They're gonna wait till we're done.
Yeah, they're gonna wait.
They're gonna wait.
They're gonna wait till there's like 14 people left.
we are ready to
Then they're gonna come
We're
down.
ready.
They're gonna come down, scoop you up, and say, "I told you, motherfucker, so told you. You didn't want to get our warnings, you dumbasses."
The first alien's gonna come out with a shirt that he says, "I told you."
Told
I
you
told
so.
you so.
We fucking warned you, dummies.
Wait.
The burning forests and volcanoes weren't the fucking hint.
Shit.
It's
The
crazy.
plague wasn't enough for you.
Yeah,
Come on,
It's
guys.
insanity. But I had some interesting stuff. Like it's been a crazy summer. You know, I've been really summering the hell out of it. You know what I mean? Like having just going away a lot and busy every fucking weekend. Like tonight, normally we go to the bar, we'll have a few pops while we're doing a show. I'm going straight the fuck home. I'm going home. I left the air conditioner on ice cold. I'm going home to lay in bed with my dog and my cats, and I said cats with an S, yes,
Plural.
I'm that guy,
I fucking
and
hate
watch a
cats.
movie because I'm just so tired. But it's been a great, like, interesting summer with a lot of the stuff going on because COVID, like, you feel like it was almost like a break, you know, like release. Like, it's summer, and with softball with you guys on Sunday.
Yeah, that's fun, man.
You know, I didn't show up Sunday obviously because I fucking played in that tournament
Yeah,
Saturday. With
it's okay that you weren't there then.
Dude,
You would just agree to the misery that we.
I was telling him
listen.
though. I texted Alex the night before and I forgot to hit send because I was so tired when I got home. I was shot Saturday night. I'm sure Tony told you it was 100 degrees. We played 4 games.
No, he didn't. I didn't know about that. I didn't know. He didn't tell me. We didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about it. We were
We
so
had a-
busy fighting with each other.
Yeah, see, that's another reason I was too tired to fight. I'm like,
Second.
dude, yo, you go to the doubleheader on a Sunday, yo, you leave there tired, bro.
Yeah.
You leave that
These-
time in the
Bro,
second inning.
verbally
this week
tired.
was the
If
They're
second
not
inning,
fighting
right?
with each
First
other.
inning.
They're fighting with the other team. They're fighting with the umpire. They gotta fight with somebody. It was Father's Day. They're trying to start a brawl in front of the kids. I'm like, holy shit! I swear to God.
Yeah, you want to see
Crazy.
it? You want to see who's a better dad? I'll show you who's
I'll
a better
show you.
dad.
I'm a fucking grown man. Don't talk to me like that. Don't want to go outside.
Nah.
I'm like, we're already
We're
outside, bro.
We're in the
My
park.
brother's like,
and the funny
my
thing
brother's
is,
drunk. He's being a dummy.
Well, because that guy said, he goes, if you want, I'm a real man. I'm looking for a real man. Your brother went, yo, I'm a real man. And you went, no, you're not. Sorry, Tony.
Yo, the guy just had, come on, like,
Yeah,
honestly.
but what it was,
I love my
and that-
brother, but he was in no condition to
but-
be fighting at that
But
point.
the Father's Day was that
Kid's
they
hammered.
they didn't know that that they had guys that spoke Spanish.
Right.
And he tried to insult us to Alex, and Alex was just saying it in English. He goes, I'm not going to respond to you in Spanish. He goes, I speak Spanish. So the guy was being a dick, right? And so he was just saying they didn't look at him and say like that guy.
Well, you know what? I was in the outfield trying to figure out what was going on. First
That's
of all,
what he was
Right.
saying. He was talking.
So I didn't-
I'll be honest with you, everybody takes everything so goddamn personal.
Right,
It's
but
fucking softball, bro.
It's
Shut
softball,
up and
dude.
play.
Right, but
It's
he was.
softball.
but-
It's softball, bro.
But what
It's
he
so
was-
stupid.
yeah.
It drives. You see how annoyed I get.
Yes,
We talk
but-
about it every week.
Yeah.
But that's
It's always the same guys, too. I'm like,
and then the funny thing, this past week we started out really good. The game started out
Yo,
great.
35 minutes.
Maybe 25. It was 25.
What do we have? We have playoffs now coming up, or we have
not
another?
No, we have
Not
regular.
yet.
We have a regular.
one more,
league.
one
I
more
think,
regular
yeah,
week?
1 or 2, right? Before
It's either
we-
one. Yeah, right now I know.
Alex sent
definitely
me a
knows
text.
one.
Alex sent me a text about Sunday, so he told me the time.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Yeah.
Like we're playing in Tudor
I'll,
Park.
I'll
You know
definitely
Tudor
be
Park?
there. Tudor Park? No.
Yeah, it's
That's actually
between-
nice. It's there. It's actually
between
nice.
Howard Beach and East New York.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a nice park though.
Cool.
I've played there before.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not.
I think I know where it's on the conduit, right?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's
Which
there's
one?
trash everywhere.
What's that?
Everywhere
It's
else.
fucking-
No, to the
It's
right and to the
disgusting.
left. is
To the
that.
right, to the left.
Tudor
Tudor.
Park.
I know where it is.
Okay.
It's right between East New York
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Howard.
You know,
Beach.
you know where it's
Yeah.
on the
By
south
Howard
conduit.
Beach,
It's on
yeah.
the south
It's on the-
conduit.
yeah.
There's like a IKEA or some shit that's right there.
It's right on that
And
area.
they-
yeah.
They're always playing
Yeah.
fast pitch. They're
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. You know that they're playing like conga, the drum, that kind of fucking fast pitch. They're crazy. East New York.
They hit
Yo, I
the
swear to
drums
God,
and they're like-
they're like, yeah, bro, it's crazy. Yo, they come out there, they're coming out like with a fucking march, like they.
So
it's
you got
crazy.
Howard
Yo,
Beach.
no, it's crazy. I know exactly where that is, and I don't want to show up. I don't want
And I don't want to.
I don't want to show up.
now that I think about it, like, I'm
That's
busy
all right.
Sunday. I got shit to do. Dude, it's crazy. You know what I say? I drive over there all the time. You know, I used to if I was going to pick my girl up or whatever the reason. And it's so dirty between the north and south conduit, right where Tudor Park is. In between, there's like that big grass plaza that runs all the way from like Howard Beach
All the way down
all
there.
the way to East New York,
Yeah. Yeah.
to where Atlantic and Liberty meet, to
Yeah.
where Atlantic and and Linden meet.
Yeah. Yeah. It's way down there.
And bro, it's there's fucking mattress. Yo, so guys, people are throwing massive
Just drop
garbage out
stuff there, yeah.
and leaving
Yeah.
it, and nobody picks us up. Like you're gonna tell me that the people in charge don't see any good reason to get like people on work release or fucking welfare? How about oh wait, you got 2 kids that are in school? Good. 3 hours a day, you're cleaning the fucking conduit, you fucking lazy prick.
That's like
about
100
that?
got junked that part.
Why is there no common sense?
Dude.
Like, cause it's a beautiful part of
It
New
is,
York.
yeah.
That looks like shit. Like
Yeah.
if I visited, I would never want to go back there.
And they see it on the way to the airport.
It's disgusting, right? It's right near the airport.
That's awful. That shit when you're going into the airport.
Yeah.
that's-
Yo, you get
Yeah.
off the
Awful,
you get
man.
off the plane and you get an Uber that takes you to like bougie Williamsburg or what they call East Flatbush now
Yeah.
or East Williamsburg, which is fucking essentially Bushwick.
Yeah.
And they take you to some overpriced Airbnb, and you see all that shit, and you're paying like 30 grand
Right.
for a
You'll
fucking
go-
vacation,
right.
dude. And this is my point of like, when you have stupid people running. I said this before. Like, there's so many stupid people in this world, and it's acceptable to be dumb. Like your people's ignorance is accepted as truths now. And it's gotten all the way to the point of leadership, and we are fucking being led by idiots.
Well, we were.
It's insanity,
like,
dude.
Yeah, the guy who was the guy's in charge of this city.
It's
and
bad. It's bad.
Yeah, it's
they
horrible,
talked
dude.
to him. They was like, "Don't you feel bad at what you
There's
did?"
no future either.
And he feels insulted. Yeah, I think
He thinks he did a good job,
He
though.
thinks he did a good job, and he was insulted that someone would dare ask him at
Dude,
his press
that
conference. Don't you
murder-
Don't you want to apologize for the way you ran this city?
Dude, just from 1 year. Murder was up 85% from 1 year. And he thinks he's doing a good job. He goes, no, tourism is fine. The question they
well, the
asked him,
tourism,
well,
the tourism is coming,
that's
man.
the first,
They're coming
but
fast
but
and
that's
heavy.
the first thing they asked him. They said, so, do you think you did it? How, murder's up 70%. And he, oh, well, tourism's not affected. This is what he said. He could care less that 47 kids were shot 4th of July weekend.
Doesn't
Just the other
matter.
night, what was that,
Doesn't
8?
matter.
4th of July weekend, it
Yeah,
was 47 shot, 17 dead.
Crazy.
1 weekend, bro. What do you? I mean,
Yeah.
You-
But we're
listen.
all right. The tourists are coming.
right? Exactly.
I did a great job. I'm
Tourism's good,
insulted. How dare you ask me about all the shit that I did wrong?
And he really looks like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, like when he was in his 40s. Fucking idiot. He's such a.
He's just garbage,
dick.
like it's just.
I
it's
hate
just
him with
one
every
thing that you
fiber
can
of my being.
universally catch on that when you say his name, people go, "What a piece of shit."
Oh, he's a
I'm sure the
fucking-
definition of in Wikipedia now, because you can update it
You could
yourself.
change it. You
that
could change it.
somebody in his family was like, "My dad's a piece of shit."
Picture. Wikipedia picture.
Unbelievable.
Wikipedia.
The picture's right there.
So how you been, brother? How's everything with you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Tired. I was actually recording. That's why I came a little later. Because
nice.
I was doing my show for today and trying to, I cheated. So everybody who's listening to me right now, You
They're
already
gonna
know.
know.
I did that earlier today. So you're right.
I
I
listen
kept
to.
it topical though. You know, I talk about what happens today, so it's all good.
I find sometimes I listen to on XM and I'm like, if I hear his show, I'll like listen. I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Well, it's like
I'm
I'll
trying to
count
learn. I'm trying to learn my Spanish. I'm
every
getting
couple
okay.
of
you still got the babble?
Babble.
like
My
two
babble
words
ran
out
out.
of every sentence because it's so fast. It's like I
He-
think I
you
know what
it
he's
is?
talking about.
He talks
Well,
quick though, so
But
Yeah.
you know what it
Okay.
is because in the radio world, everything is fast,
Bang,
right?
bang,
Yeah,
bang,
but
bang,
you know,
yeah.
you
And
know
you-
what it is.
you have,
we
like-
don't speak Spanish.
Right. So you gotta learn it.
Because you gotta learn.
You gotta learn Spanish
Oh,
quick.
that's
If you can get the fast, you'll get the slow.
If
a
I can
lot-
get Spanish,
But no,
I got
we're taught as for us, you know, in series, you notice there's not a lot of talking. You know, it's the breaks are real short,
Right,
and it's
right,
done that purpose
right.
because it's all about the music,
Right.
But you have to have some kind of information. You just don't talk.
There was
Blah,
some
blah,
good
blah.
stuff being played the other day on that channel. They did some good stuff. I'll be honest with you. I recently resubscribed,
Right.
and it's great. I miss it, you know.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Howard, fucking,
Yeah, yeah.
Howard's just he's
Yeah.
so brilliant with his interviews.
Yeah,
and
no,
they're-
but he's the best.
and they're playing. He's the best interviewer in the history of radio.
Because it's not interviews.
No.
It's not an
Dude,
interview.
he gets so much out of these fucking people, bro.
He knows
and
how
he
to
does.
do it, man.
You know what it is? He asks them questions. He cuts them off when they're answering. If they get like, so in other words, he'll ask a real juicy question, and they'll go, yeah, but, and then he'll go, oh, so you, and like he asks another one
Well,
as they're answering, so
when-
they're not prepared.
when
Yeah.
he does it,
You
he
know,
just
them off
like-
guard. Yeah.
And he's brilliant because he catches them off guard all the time.
And some of them just go,
And
just keep
bro,
going.
bro, the shit that comes out of some of these people's
Yeah.
mouths, I'm like,
Yeah.
yo,
Well, I
he's
think some
awesome.
people like
He's my idol.
prepared to do that.
I've been listening to him since like since the beginning of time.
When he
since
was-
Kate,
Now
since
he's the
Kate-
best at that. He's the
when
best.
he when he
W
gets,
and when
NBC.
when he gets
good
close to
at
the
it.
microphone, when he gets
Easy.
close to the microphone, he goes,
Hey,
"So
now.
did you touch it? Did you touch it? Did you feel
Well, you
like
know,
you touched
so-
it?" And they'll go, "No, I didn't touch." Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
kind of.
Did I tell, I don't I see I figure we've had this is 19 episodes, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Show season 1, episode 19.
19.
There you go.
I,
So
mean,
we
I
have-
didn't think we were gonna get this far.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But I
mean-
forget about sometimes what we talk about and what stories in my TV production days I've told. But I know I told the story on this show, but I don't know if I told it when you were here about when I worked on the Howard Stern show.
No.
Did I talk about that
No.
at the Grammys?
No.
Okay, so in '99, you could actually pull it up now on like YouTube. You could YouTube the show.
So you can see the part
If-
where
if
I'm in the studio.
I'm on yeah, because I'm on camera. I'm on camera like a lot, but it's 99 at behind Radio City. The Grammys was at Radio City, so the block behind, we had the building and we set up a studio and we did a live Howard Stern live drinking show at 11 o'clock. It was like at whatever time the Grammys started.
Yeah.
8. It started at that time.
Yeah.
And they were drinking on the air. It was the only time they've ever done this in the history of their show at 30 some odd years. So, and this is actually really really interesting. So, it was a pajama show, and he had this girl walking around with serving drinks with her titties out and a thong. It was the greatest gig ever, aside from the World Series that year I worked.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And this gig was too. They gave me a head utility job. I was only in the business of two. I just learned how to wrap cable. I didn't know fucking. They send me the 2 scoreboard technicians from Giant Stadium to help me as utilities. These guys were fucking useless, like fucking tits on a bull. They were useless. So I set this whole job up. Brian Phelan, who was the cameraman for that show for many, many years, Brian Phelan helped me. He helped me run his cables. He was really cool. He was like, dude, grab the camera, because I'm going to get fucked up, man. So I'll pass you the camera. You can do some. So he gave me the camera. I was shooting some shit. It was really cool, but it was fucking an awesome experience. But Howard, we had like a bathroom set up outside, like a real, like truck porta potty, air conditioned, real bathrooms.
Right.
And I'm pissing, standing right next to him. Next to Howard Stern, like, come on, who many, right?
He was like, "Oh,
No, you know what he says to me?
It's
He goes,
true.
Yeah.
true, it is."
No, he said, "Damn, I'm bigger than you, motherfucker." I'm like, no. Hey now.
Hey now.
I was like, hey now, Howard. No, but the girl with the blonde with the titties out, he was like, she's fucking hot, isn't she? Like, and that's exactly what he said to me. And I was like, oh my God, man. Like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, fuck, she's hot. Like, and I agree, And I was the end of my conversation with him, but he saw, he knew what I was
Working
doing. He
it
saw
right.
me. So Stuttering John and Gary were fucking milking cigarettes all night. See, on these gigs, I knew if I was going to be on a gig for 20-something hours, I would have 2 packs of cigarettes because everybody's mooching all the time. So anyway, fucking Robin's wrecked, right? So she gets up after the show to walk out, and I have 2 cameras set up on tripods. And she fucking goes to walk by and trips and falls right into me, dude. And I catch her before she slams into these cameras. And I literally have 2 handfuls of her tits, like big titties, bro. Like, oh my, I couldn't even hold her. They were so big. And I saved her from knocking these cameras over, you know? And she's like, oh my God, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God, Robert, you're right. She's like, fucking, and she walks out. It was
He
great.
was like, here's your titties back.
JT's with you.
Take your
JT's
titties.
with
Take
you.
him back, take him
Come on,
back.
take him back.
Please hold on to these. You don't need them. And oh my God, dude, she couldn't have been more. So then fucking, the great part was that at my studio about 5 months later, they tried to give Robin a chance to do her own talk show. And they shot the pilot at my studio. And anything was shot in my studio, I was a crew member.
Right.
So I see, and it's Robin Quivers. I'm like, oh, this is fucking awesome. I can bring up what happened, right? So I tell her the story because I'm like, there's so much downtime on these fucking sitcoms, like these things, and it was a pilot. So we had 4 guests, but they was finding their way, and it didn't work. She didn't get the show, obviously, but. I tell him, it's like, Robin, yeah, so do you remember, a couple months ago? She was like, yeah. I was like, well, I was there. I was the guy. She was like, I thought I remembered you. She was like, really?
Let me see those hands.
Dude,
Let me see those hands.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is you.
That's you. Oh, yeah. I missed you. I've been
I
looking for these-
remember those hands.
I was looking for them.
Wait,
So-
get behind me. Get behind me. Yeah,
yeah, it was
that's
you.
That was you.
She was so into me. No, but so she wanted it. She likes white guys.
Oh, she wanted it.
She really likes white fucking Irish sausage. No, but anyway, so I said to her, I go,
What's up, sweetness?
I said, by the way, I was like, I'm the one who helped, who caught you in the camera. And she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. That was great. The next if I'm lying, I'm fucking dying. The next day I'm driving my car and my boy calls me. Or was I at work? I don't know where I was. I remember where I was. Couldn't get to radio. Put on Stern, put on Stern, put on Stern. I'm like, what the fuck? They're talking about you right now on the Stern show.
Talking about that handsy
Talking
guy
about the
again.
hands.
That because she was so drunk and she almost knocked the cameras over, and the guy who caught her, she obviously didn't tell her my hand. I felt her titties up and grabbed her nipples.
That's his.
She didn't talk about
That's
that
his
part.
story.
That's my
But
story.
no, but they talked about me on the fucking Howard Stern show. How many people could say that? And this dude, I wouldn't look. I'm talking about this on air. I wouldn't bring something up if it wasn't true.
Yeah.
And so what I got to do is shout out to my man Eddie Guida. Guida Funeral Homes in Corona is a staple of the community. They've been there a million years. His dad was a staple. Passed away a few years ago. Rest in peace. And Eddie's a really good dude. He's also a marshal, but Eddie's a Stern fucking like aficionado. And I told him that story, and he's like, "Dude, there's ways to find this shit out." I'm gonna literally. So we have a season. We're gonna have to take a few months off, and what I want to do is I want to catalog all our shows. I want to like itemize everything we talked about,
Right.
and I want to put them on Spotify and real podcast network and
Get 'em out, right,
and
right.
get them all labeled and do the right thing, like Mike we talked about. But
Yeah.
but I also want to do is find all of the shit that I did talk about that I can
And then find this stuff
that I
that
can
could match
validate
up.
and attach it to those shows. So like if there's any audio of them talking to me about the Stern show,
Boom,
I'm
there it
fucking
is.
finding it.
Yeah.
It's I'm so
And
excited
today
about
you can
that.
find that today.
You can find anything
Yeah.
today.
Today you
It's
can find
But dude,
everything.
you know what it
It's
is?
cataloged and
It's
it's
just
listed
I
as
need
all
I need about 4 ounces of weed and about a weekend to myself because I just have to sit there and smoke weed and listen to fucking Stern for
60
hours.
Just
Yeah.
not only Howard Stern, but your own.
I can
shit
narrow
where
it
you gotta
down.
be like,
You know what it is? I
Lock
can narrow
yourself
it down
in.
because I still know people that work at the company. And I could, and I'm pretty sure that company's so fucking antiquated. They still got files from that
They
shit.
have to have it,
So I'll
yeah.
say
They have to.
when was, or I could research when Robin Quivers shot her. I mean, everything's on Google. these
Yeah, I'm
days,
sure
so.
that
Yeah, you
even
can
that
find
if
that.
that stuff
They
is
own
out
all that
there,
stuff.
They would.
So
they
and
might
then,
have
I
released
just got to
it.
follow, and then I just got to listen to those shows those days. But it's just cool, like that. The
Yeah.
fact that I did that
Yeah.
that year,
Yeah.
that was a great year. I shook hands with Bill Clinton that year. Like I shook hands with fucking some really important people that year. Hank Aaron, and Willie Mays. That was amazing.
This is the hand that gets all those ladies to dip their cigars in their vagina, and I put it to my lips.
Monica licked that finger.
He was like, no, it was a cigar.
The middle one, was the one she licked
that
all
was
up
it.
and
That
down
was
shit.
it.
She put it
That's
way
the
deep
one.
in her throat. It was
Like,
awesome.
Yeah, that's the one.
You know, it's funny. I follow Monica Lewinsky on Twitter. I don't use Twitter a lot. I do.
Wait, say that again, dude. You
Listen.
follow Monica Lewinsky on Twitter.
Well, what happened was they were
What
making a
happened
joke.
was-
Somebody was making a joke about
He's
her.
running out of people to click on.
No. I don't use Twitter, but like I don't know how it happened.
How many people
but
do you follow? 70 million?
No, it's like I think it's like
click, click, follow, follow.
275 to like 190. Like I don't.
And she's one of them.
Yeah, like it's not. It's actually not as funny as you think it is.
It's fascinating. It's fascinating.
So anyway, so I saw it, and what happened was somebody was making fun of her, right? Like they were like really being a dick on Twitter, and so I was curious, so I read it, and after I read it, and I was like following her, they were saying how, you know, how it's like she made a joke, saying like if I have to say it, then you know, it's gone. Like yeah, you got a Lewinsky. Like she was making the joke of her name, and I was like, oh, maybe she's got a sense of humor and follow it. So somebody called her out about like Clinton when he got impeached, and they were like, he got impeached for getting a blowjob in the Oval Office, and he didn't get for that. He got it because he lied to say that he got.
Right.
And it was a whole process. And I was like, after that, I was like, I don't use Twitter. So I went back one day and I was looking on it, and she put out a tweet, and I was like, oh shit, like I'm still following Monica Lewinsky. I don't know.
can't get over the fact that you're following Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah, like
You still following her?
It's pretty
To
awesome.
this day?
I think so. I'll look. Hold on. I'll tell you right
Do you
now.
find her attractive? Do you like look at her pictures and stuff?
No, I don't even use Twitter.
I don't even use Twitter. I don't know what Twitter is.
What is Twitter?
What is this Twitter
all
I
of
use?
a sudden, he doesn't use Twitter when we found out he follows Monica Lewinsky.
No, I don't. It's there. I
Dude.
started to use it, but I haven't really.
Are you afraid that if like directors listen to this, they're not going to give you roles?
Why?
You follow
Because of Monica Lewinsky?
Yeah.
The
You
fuck does that have to
why
do
are you
with
following Monica Lewinsky?
What does it matter?
'Cause
Who cares who I
'cause I-
follow?
Who's the last person you started
Actually, that
following?
might get you a gig because the actors are
There
weird.
she is.
There she is.
Because actors are weird. Oh yeah, she's pretty.
Because they are weird, by the way.
he found a picture of her in a bikini. She's wearing like a one fucking.
Oh no, yo, it's a half of one piece, and
It's a half of one.
She's.
Oh, and guess what? Well, when you go right under, this is just brand new. So I was scrolling through to see what the pictures were. Who's the first person that pops up underneath Monica Lewinsky?
Bill Clinton.
That's fucked up.
Of course.
It's called an algorithm, Mike. It's
That's
not a
fair.
stretch.
I know it is. I know it's not. Well, it is a stretch. It's now.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't use Twitter. So should I start using it?
Speaking
now?
of Bill Clinton, I'm going to get a colonoscopy.
There you go. That's the first one.
Yeah, speaking. I figure we're
First one, but you're
Hey,
not
listen.
even 50 yet.
Yeah,
You,
so-
you and me both.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
nowadays 50 is like the new 30,
Well,
right?
no,
They
they say to do it at 45 now.
40.
Now
45,
it's
yeah.
45 is
Yeah.
there.
So I went for I went to see a doctor. I've never done this, and I went to a primary care physician.
I have done it. And I'll give you all the expertise.
Yeah, well,
that you know about it.
we talked about it on the air. So
We
that's
did,
why
we
brought
did.
it-
I remember
That's
that.
why I brought it up because you're here and we talked about it last time.
Yeah.
So next week I'm going and I got to do the whole prep shit and like everything he did.
It's torture.
That's the hardest part.
The-
But
that-
The prep is torture.
my
man.
primary
Yeah.
doctor,
Fasting and all that shit.
I found a doctor.
just
It was
the
too
liquids
good to
you
be
gotta
true.
try. Oh.
Right before COVID, right by the lady was right by my house. Her doctor. She was working out of a house. She was a nurse practitioner. Her husband was the doctor on reg. Like it was awesome. It's quick. I could walk there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
And
you
also-
can't walk back.
No, they fucking deserve. No, not for the call.
Yeah.
That's great.
You won't walk back.
No, but when I just went
No
for,
walking
when I went for regular checkups, I did everything with her. So with COVID, they disappeared. The office is closed or whatever, you know. So now recently, I got to do some stuff, you know. So I need a doctor. I'm kind of weird about it because, you don't want to just pick it. Like finding a doctor is difficult, man. It's
man,
it's tricky.
It is. Yeah.
So there's an app called ZocDoc, which is actually pretty fucking helpful. Okay,
That
Sock
just sounds
dog.
like
That just sounds like
just
trouble.
awful, man.
it sounds very futuristic.
You come to a podcast like this,
It's like
and
shock jock.
ZocDoc.
and the engineer's like, I'm also a doctor.
What?
I got this. Yeah.
www.zoc.doc. No, but anyway, fucking. So what it does is you put in your coverage. You put in your coverage,
Right.
and it tells you what doctors are in your
all right,
network.
yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It's helpful.
Just gotta change that name.
I
though.
found everything I need.
Yeah.
You know, I need a dermatologist because I got a fucking big birthmark that my girlfriend thinks is getting nervous about. It's the skull, whatever. So now so one of them is my asshole. You know, like I need a proctologist, right?
And your asshole is.
And we, it was the Bill Clinton segue. That's
Yeah.
why. So I found a proctologist, right? There's a couple other issues, and whatever. Personally, I don't care. I'm not a fucking. I really don't care. I have to go get my balls checked, my testicle, because my right testicle is bigger than the
front, the back,
everything. I need
the
everything.
bottom,
The
the
left,
left, the right.
You gotta check in, out, up, and down, all over. Yeah. So the best part of this shit is that like there's a best part. But I need a new fucking doctor. So I find this guy, right? This guy's
The best part is
the best part. I got to pull my
this
pants
right
down.
here. Nobody's had to look at this piece right here.
The guy just looked at me and he stuck his thumb in my butt. It was great.
He was like, "You're gonna need this."
No, but it's funny. He comes in and he's like asking me what the issues. I said, yeah, blah, blah. He goes, all right. So I fucking he goes, all right, lower him. So I go, listen, by the way, I can't find my primary care doctor. I don't know. I'm looking for a good doctor. So if this goes well and it feels good.
If I'm comfortable with what you do to me, can we get together and be my primary doctor?
I swear,
I'll be here every Friday.
I was like, I'm telling you, if this feels fucking good, I'm gonna put you as my
I
guy.
got Fridays, I got Mondays.
So he goes, all right, no problem. He puts the glove on. He puts the in his hand.
He's like, Mr.
And
Miyagi.
he goes down, he goes in, he goes down, left, up, right, all of my ass. I'm like, whoa, wow. And he's like, does this hurt? Does that hurt? Does this hurt? Does that hurt? I'm like, what's your fucking idea of pain, dude? Because the thumb's in my ass right now. So, it doesn't not hurt. It just doesn't, like.
And then he
hurt
said,
the way you expect.
But
I love you.
But the good news, I did say I love you. But the good news was nothing was wrong, so that was good. But then
That's good
he had
news.
to send me for, and I said, all right, you're my primary care doctor because you were really good and your thumb felt great.
I like how he brought that down. Your thumb
I had to bring it
felt
down.
great.
Your thumb was great.
Your thumb was great.
But-
feeling thumb.
But I put my pants back up and then
I
I
get
go,
a picture of
and then
that?
I go, oh, by the way, my right ball is like twice the size of my left ball. I go, is that normal?
No,
And he's
I'm
like,
not your doctor. No.
he looks at me. I said, and this is all a true story. He looks at me and he goes, with his hands, drop the pants. So I pull my fucking pants down again. Now,
He's on his way out the door.
dude, and now
He's
I'm like, I feel like an idiot. I'm grabbing my cock and I'm all because it's going inside out now because I'm so freaked out being nervous in front of this guy.
his turtle pulls
So
in.
I'm holding
the
it like-
turtle's like, I don't want any part of this.
Yeah, we went back in the head. Yeah, I'm not. Listen, I'm circumcised, and all of a sudden I look like I wasn't. Like it was like it went backwards inside. I'm holding it with 3 fingers.
You ever see a
fucking
1,000-year-old
terrible,
tortoise?
bro. It's such an
1,000-year-old
awkward feeling.
tortoise that pulls its head back in.
So he
It's
grabs
old.
it. He grabs it, and he's like, and he's fucking fondling the shit out of it, bro. Like when I say fondling it, he's feeling like every inch of it, because he has to. It's his doctor,
That's
right?
what he does.
And he goes, all right, no weird bumps. He goes,
You didn't get
I
aroused?
think it's, and that's what I was worried about. And
Please don't get hard.
You get a fucking hard on, it's
Please
the
don't get
worst.
hard. Please don't get hard.
no, but
Please
then
don't get
see, the
hard.
story gets even funnier. So
I don't know how.
He pulls out K1.
Yeah. He's like,
no, after he grabs my balls, he goes, all right, turn back around again.
He's got the
Whoa,
burning,
I thought
the
we did
burning
that.
sensation.
He's like-
Kelly.
I thought we did that already, Doc.
he said, now look at me.
No, he was a perfect gentleman. Don't go after him. To whoever
Sounds
whoever listens to this shit.
Took off his gloves and
He
went,
was like, squeak.
But the fucking he used the alien cream. But he said he goes, all right, it's probably like a certain specific thing with water. It's called hydro something. Go get a sonogram. Before you go to I said, I made an appointment for urologist on ZocDoc.
ZocDoc.
So he goes, what the fuck is ZocDoc? And I was like, I told him. And he was like, oh, that's cool. So
was like, what the fuck is
what the
that?
fuck is ZocDoc? I'm like, you don't know ZocDoc?
They pick you up in a cab and they take you to an unmarked location.
Drop you off.
So anyway, it was pretty crazy. So he goes, before you go to the urologist, go get a sonogram on your testicle. So he sent me to a radiologist, Northwell, right on Northern Boulevard. So I went yesterday, and my girl's in DR. She went to DR, and I'm like, babe, I go, I'm fucking weird. I'm kind of weird about this because I've had sonograms, on my knees, and I'm like, it's just somebody rubbing something on your fucking body. So
that
somebody just
lotion
gonna be
is
rubbing
cold.
my ball, like
Yeah,
Cold.
it's cold.
no, it warms up, it heats up, it
But
gets
when they
warm.
put that, when they put
In the
that,
beginning, yeah, cold. But the weird part is, so I go to this place I go yesterday. This is yesterday. and I walk in there,
15 seconds
and it's
ago.
like, and it's like a 32-year-old girl. You know what I mean? I'm like, and she's like, okay, so I'm gonna do the sonogram, and I'm like, whoa.
he said, please don't get around.
Yeah, now again, like, you know, now, and listen, she wasn't that attractive. If she was hot, I'd really fucking be weird, but she
But I
wasn't
think
that
just-
attractive.
but I think
and it's
then-
not like I'm going to get a hard on just looking at a girl, but if you start rubbing my balls, I can't promise anything.
Is this it? Is this it?
I can't make any promises, you know what I mean?
Is this it?
And then, and then I'm like, you
Wow,
know,
Sean.
I don't want to feel like I'm cheating because I'm not. I love my girlfriend, but this girl's rubbing something on my fucking balls. But you know what she did? She
That
was,
officially
let me tell you how
becomes-
professional this girl was. I think her name was Tara. Yeah, just like Mike's wife. I don't know, but I think. But
I don't
let me
know
tell
how
you,
they-
I want
how
to
you
give a
just-
shout out to
that-
this chick because she made me feel so fucking awkwardly cool, like. Because it was awkward.
She was
You-
like,
you
wow.
can't take the awkward out of that situation.
It's like
That's
you're
awkward.
They
you're
have, she has
not
me,
huge. Wow.
She puts me on a bed. I lay down. She goes, okay, cover yourself. Put naked from the waist down. Cover yourself with this blanket, with this
Close your
sheet,
eyes.
with a paper sheet. So then
She's like-
then she wraps it up. She wraps it up, and she goes,
She wraps it up.
okay,
She
grab your penis and hold it really, really tight. Like she said it like that, like as if it was gonna slip out and fall down or something, which was weird. I thought that was a little odd. So I grabbed it tight. I grabbed it
Tighter.
tight. And then after I
Tighter.
realized, you know what I realized?
Squeeze.
Halfway through the sonogram, I was still squeezing the shit out of it. I was like, I looked down, the head of my penis is purple. I was cutting the blood supply off. But anyway, I was holding it, and she just starts rubbing my fucking ball. Like nothing, just rubbing it. Nothing.
You were probably the fifth one that day, right?
Right, but the 32-year-old chick, and she goes, so
Wait,
she
hold
goes,
on, hold
I'm
on,
going
hold
to the
on.
Outer Banks, North
Did you
Carolina. My
ask
parents
her-
rented a house, and my boyfriend's going to be coming.
Did you ask her if she was
This
32?
is no, I said like 32.
Around 32.
But the reason why I brought this up is because she kept mentioning her boyfriend, like 20 times. You know, not that I was hitting on her,
did
or
she-
not that she thought I was, but that was her way of saying, don't get a hard on. If I'm rubbing your balls, and if I rub them really nice, don't get a hard on.
Where's the place that you went to get the?
It was. I believe it was Northwell. It was right across the street from Leonard's of Great Neck on Northern Boulevard.
Oh shit!
that at?
I went over there for a sonogram.
Yeah,
That's where I went
North-
to get my
North-
sonogram.
The same girl?
Northwell.
Wait, Italian girl, right?
Kind girl, chubby.
Chubby,
Look at Mike.
chubby.
Yo, where's that
Yeah,
at? Give me the
pretty, but
address.
chubby.
Hold on.
Give me the address. I want
she
to go.
wasn't, she wasn't
Yeah.
not pretty. Give me the address.
I know.
I gotta
20
get a sonogram done.
25,
Where's that
25 bucks, bro.
37 plus tax.
Sonogram.
No, but it's 75 if
No,
she
no.
doesn't talk about a
Yeah,
boyfriend.
yeah.
It seems like
So you're right around the corner from the gas station. Right around the corner from the gas station. I went there.
That's right around the
I
corner from
same-
the gas
same,
station.
The same.
no. But I want the one that's shown.
It's the same one. It's the same one.
No. You were in safe hands.
Oh, dude, you know what? She could have been. All jokes aside, she could have been more professional. It made me feel comfortable. I was like, and she was like, yeah, this shit, that shit, fuck this, fuck that. Like she was just real cool down to earth.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting there going,
You had the same chick?
this
Yeah,
fucking chick is
100%.
rubbing my
100%, it was the same
fucking
girl.
balls, bro. This is crazy right now. Like I'm having a conversation with this chick about the Outer Banks, and she's
Hey,
rubbing
she's
my
trying
balls.
to distract you and herself from
Yeah,
that.
'cause from that
That's what they're
on-
doing.
But the best part of the story is
see
that
it's
she
the
said
same
if
person.
there's anything serious, we will contact. We won't even let you leave. And when she was finished with the sonogram, she goes, "Have a nice day."
There you go.
So I
you go.
think my balls are right.
You're all right.
I think my balls
You're
okay.
all right.
She
I be
said to her boyfriend, "This guy Sean, his boss okay.
He's okay.
I sent him home.
It's a big. It's a big.
So shout out.
But
But
he's
it's
okay.
so big, but I sent him home.
Like, imagine how her boyfriend feels.
That his, but I
Don't you
don't.
rubbing-
I don't know how he feels,
You
but-
at work rubbing balls all day.
Right, but she wouldn't say that. She wouldn't say. I don't think she would be like. balls.
Shout out to Dr. Rakovsky. His name is Rakovsky.
There you go.
Stuck his
Hold on,
thumb in my
spell that.
ass. He's my new doctor. Thanks. Shout out to you.
Shout out to that thumb.
Shout out to
that thumb.
Shout out and for grabbing my ball.
and for grabbing.
And he was healthy, and then shout out. I think their name was Tara for making that very awkward situation not so
Not
awkward.
so awkward.
And I'm fucking feeling
Well, they're
pretty healthy.
professionals, man. That's what they do all
They're
day.
good.
That's all they
They're
do all
good.
day.
But
Like,
now
you
I got to
were-
go get my
You
the
weren't
camera
the
in my
first guy
butt.
that got excited, so don't worry about it. It's
Oh
okay.
no! Thank God.
Listen, I had that experience. I did that because I'm close. I'm a little older than you guys, so had to check myself. And then, well, not unfortunately, but yes, unfortunately for me, prostate cancer runs in my family, and it comes from my dad's side. So I had my uncle who passed away from prostate.
You gotta get that shit checked, dude.
Oh, I have already, and I
Yeah,
keep
no,
on
but
a-
I'm
on a
saying, I'm
regular,
just saying,
you have to.
you
But
have
men
to.
in general just
men
should-
in general have
should
to
do
get
it.
it.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah,
get
you
it.
should do it. But
And
yeah,
I don't,
had that,
have the
man.
history of my father because I didn't know him, so I gotta. That's why I'm kind of proactive with with everything I do.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
so like I don't know my father's side, like what may have ailed him or
Right.
ailed him in there. So one of the things with the 23andMe, when I didn't have a problem doing that with the DNA, they also do a health search. Like they take from your DNA
Right.
that like they match up to see if they can find it. So you do have to fill that out. Like there's like 1,000 questions, but you do fill it out because I don't know.
Right.
So they match up. They analyze.
I did
this,
ancestry. I don't know if that's an option.
no, but 23andMe has an option for only your DNA and for health. So I chose that right away because I don't know my father's side of his family. So I did that and so far nothing has, it says like there's things that have come up that were like.
So 23andMe is because of chromosomes, right? Is that why it's the name?
Yeah, it's a little more.
Yeah, it's in
right?
depth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
But I'm
goes
saying
there.
it's the name 23andMe because of the chromosomes. There's 24 chromosomes. Is that why?
24.
But 23 plus me. I'm the
Yeah,
close.
yeah. You're the fourth.
That's why I'm asking. That's why.
24.
'Cause I didn't know what the fuck that name meant. I'm like 20. Oh, okay. Now I get
Makes
But-
sense.
But that's
Now I gets it.
But it's interesting because you have to fill out these questions, and they do analyze. They take from what you have all these people as strands of DNA, right? And so somebody's a fourth or fifth cousin, but you don't know. Like, that
Wouldn't it be
doesn't mean
great if
shit.
they could actually tell people like you're 20% scumbag? Don't be a dickhead. You know what I mean? That would help people. Like, don't be a
Oh,
scumbag.
man. Yeah, you're one of those.
Yeah.
According to your grandfather, you have 16% of his assholeness, and so we're gonna
Black Mirror actually had an episode
Yeah.
like that where everybody you encountered, you rated them.
Yeah, and,
And if you were
automatically,
fucking, yeah,
Yeah.
and it was the girl from fucking Jurassic Park was in it. She was like, she was trying to get her rating up and it kept going down. The
Oh, I know
episode.
what you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
So good.
She went up at one point, right?
Yeah, she was looking for one more point to get to like the elite
Right,
level to go to
right.
some big party and. She
Yeah,
went down to
I
like
remember
set.
that, yeah.
Then she couldn't even get an apartment or a ride or a
Right,
cab.
right.
Oh, it was fucking hilarious. It was pretty good.
They did.
That's a
did
good show.
That was
That's
a
a
good
great
show,
show.
man.
It's a
That's
really
great
good show. It's
Yeah.
like the Twilight Zone with technology. It's really cool.
Yeah. It's
They
all
did a
technology.
good job with that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
what's
enjoyed
going
it.
on with you guys, man? I mean, I saw you. I didn't see you, but the
Nothing.
week.
Just work. Work's been real busy, man. It's awesome. If you want to buy and sell a house, Sean Lynch at
There you
18ny.com.
go. There you go.
Motherfucker is. I'm just it's been very busy with work, which is really good. Been going, been going to Met games. Been enjoying the
got
summer,
one
like I
stuck on my
said. Man, I
screen.
can't complain, dude. It's. I've traveled a
won't
lot
come
this
off.
year.
Yeah.
Obviously you filled in when I was in Baltimore. I went down to Florida a couple times. I was recently in Daytona for the 4th of July. That was good.
That's good,
I went
man.
up to New Hampshire with Trish. I've been playing a lot of golf. I had 2 golf outings in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, we talked about that. It was
So
cool.
I'm just like I need a fuck. Honestly, I need like 4 or 5 days. Like I haven't been to the beach in New York once yet, which is crazy because I've been so busy doing everything else. I went to the beach in Florida a whole lot, but I need to just like chill in the house for a couple of days and close the
I'm with you,
curtains and
man.
just
I-
not do anything.
with you, bro.
But it's just too much. The weather's nice. There's too much going on, so I'm gonna take advantage. of it.
Softball's killing me, bro. I got to tell Alex, man. I need a pinch runner for the next.
I got you.
Once the playoffs start, we're gonna be like fucking.
I got you.
You know what? I actually found. So speaking on that, I found like an elixir, which is really helping. Across the street, there's a CBD store,
Yeah.
and it's a really good store.
I don't know if you're a CBD kind of guy.
They have
Just-
pure
Not for TV.
pure CBD extract, right? Pure extract. Well, CBD is just CBD. It's no THC in it. It has nothing to do with weed. It's
No,
like
it was
just
a
the
joke.
CBD.
It was a joke.
It was
But
a
that
joke, yeah.
extract is
It was a joke.
160,
He went too
160
far.
or some shit like that. 150 for the actual. It's like a big plastic syringe,
Yeah.
and you put like a grain of rice or a little bigger under your tongue. So I do that with 5 Advil liquid gels before I play softball,
5 Advil.
and
Damn.
I
That's a
feel
lot of aspirin.
I know it's ibuprofen. It's okay to do it. You're allowed to take up to 10 for the day. So I'll do
13 will kill you.
No, you can take 10 throughout the day. 13 at one time will kill you, of course.
But isn't that like a blood thinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you can't take them
That's
too much.
right.
But I only use
Too
them when
thin.
I'm playing.
You could use it to go to sleep. 'Cause
Yeah,
your
see,
blood's so
see,
thin
I don't
that
do,
it
I don't see, I don't take them for headaches. I use them for golf and I use them for.
I use them for
I
softball
use them
too,
for
bro.
softball.
I ain't even kidding.
Yeah,
Because I've had this issue with my Achilles that I could play and I run and I'm off, and as soon as I make one play or I stop, like if I'm running to second base and I stop,
tweaks.
oh, dude, and then it takes me like I'm still feeling it now. It takes me like 4 days to recover. I was like, yeah, it's the
So-
age, man. It's the
so-
age catching up.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Shit.
Romero. hold
No,
on.
nothing fucks you harder than time, baby.
Nothing does.
Shit.
So Romero picks me up and we go to the field, right? And so where we park the car, there's a few trees and there's a bunch of houses. And the field's right up to it. So he leans forward. He takes out the biofreeze, the roller, and he
That
leans,
shit is sick.
Yo,
Biofreeze.
it's really good.
Yeah.
But he leans forward and his ass is in the air, and he takes it. Yo, and he
Sticks it in his ass.
Yo, he rubbing his
Oh,
legs,
damn,
his
I thought-
hamstrings, and I was like, the dude across the street's looking out. I was like, why is that guy lubing his ass?
Yo,
Yo.
Tony dips himself in that
Dips
shit.
in it like he like.
Well, he's like 65. He
he's
needs it.
50 some years old, and he doesn't pull. He doesn't go. He's not going to the gym and lifting weights. He's not pulling hamstrings.
Hell no.
He doesn't hurt anything. He goes out there every day. Everyone else is like this
Hurting,
hurts, that fucking
dying.
surgery for this, and he's like, I don't do anything. He does nothing.
I think it's that and the Coronas. It's that and the
Coronas,
Coronas.
yo, 9 a.m.
And the Stellas,
Coronas.
because he drinks Stellas, right?
9 a.m. Coronas and 9 a.m. Heinekens and Biofreeze. That's what that guy did.
That's what they do. Dude, these guys are drinking at
That's the
9:30 in the
Colombian
morning. I
thing.
can't do that.
I can't do that either, especially in the heat, bro.
Him and Dempsey.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
like
I
I'll
can't.
have
And
what-
your brother.
Oh, forget
9 a.m.
my brother's drunk by the time the second game starts.
By the end of the first
Yo,
game.
dude, the
Yeah.
worst thing that could ever happen to
In
that
the
kid.
second inning.
The worst thing that could ever happen to him was that Nicole, my niece, started driving. Because now he's like,
Nah, it's
you
like,
drive
whatever.
everywhere. She drives fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
He's just like, all right, I'll drink. No
I
problem.
can't drink.
Look, by the time she's 20, she'll be so good at it, she'll be in NASCAR.
I can't. Yeah, I can't drink it till like like during the week I'll have a couple seltzers and stuff while we're playing, but I can't drink while I'm playing, man. It's too much. First of all, it dehydrates you.
the
You
hell
can't-
out of you, bro.
But
quick.
What I realized with the liquid gels and with the CBD extract, I feel super loose. I don't feel like the ache and pain that I feel normally all the time. So
Yeah.
it's because all that ibuprofen it's an anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I brought to
And
the-
I could see it. I could feel it. My joints aren't inflamed. And
I'm gonna have to start doing that, man.
It's
I
great,
have
man.
a,
I'll put you onto the CBD. It works
There you
great.
go.
I'll give you
I
some on
have
Sunday.
a-
It
I
works
have to.
a
awesome.
CBD gel that we used on Father's Day.
Yeah, that stuff works really
It was
good too.
100%. Like you put it on your back.
That
and you
stuff
put it on
works
your
really
muscles,
good.
and
It's a
works its way
topical
in.
and an anti-inflammatory topic. You put it on your knees and your knees.
I
the
have
swelling
it
goes
in my
down.
bag. I'll show it to you. Not
Yeah.
here.
There you
but
go, man. There you go. So I'll be
I
back.
bring it
I'll be
through
back
the
to
game.
normal on
You're
Sunday.
gonna rub it on your
I can
hand.
put it. I could
Well,
put
we
it on my
gotta-
feet.
we
I
gotta
put it on my
put it on
legs, on my tendons.
You're gonna
You
rub
know,
it right on your back.
on my arms.
We
I could throw.
got to dig down for the playoffs anyway.
like,
So
oh my
whatever it
God.
Yeah,
takes.
man. No, of course.
Whatever
of
it
course,
takes.
of
Fucking
course.
math.
Yo, that
fucking
shitty meth. When we
cocaine,
take
steroids,
meth, we're gonna be a great fucking team.
androstenedione.
The team that we lost to this Sunday, not game 1, but game 2, we were in it.
Dude.
And there's nothing that I'm afraid about those guys.
Is that
they
the
were
game when you
big.
made 14 errors?
No, that was the first game.
No, the second game we were down by what? What was the
We
score?
were 8. We were down by 8.
Was it 8 only?
And
I
then
felt
we-
like it was a lot more than that,
And then
dude.
we were like, we came back. It was like we lost 14-12.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we came back. We just got together and stopped fighting with each other.
Well, we didn't stop. We just everybody shut the fuck up.
Everybody
what
just
happens-
shut up and played.
What happens with unity?
No, it's not.
Dude,
dude,
it's a joke.
it's
You
true.
see what happens. I walk
It's
away.
true.
When that shit start happening, listen, bro, it's the bottom line is you're never, ever, 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 ever gonna win an argument with the umpire.
Never.
So
No.
no matter what, if he makes a bad call and he knows it, then it's good. Let him know. Get in his face. You can yell because he knows he fucked up.
Yeah.
But if you're just doing it to do it, and especially if he's making marginal calls that could go either way, and you start getting in his face and he thinks he's right, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Because he'll never give you a call again.
Yeah.
And that's happened
Yeah.
to Alex Manos a couple of times. That's Alex Pinto a couple of times.
Well, this guy
Yeah.
wasn't good, and he wasn't.
The
but
ump
he
sucked.
he wasn't bad.
But
right,
the ump suck.
right.
But the bottom line is what I'm saying is you're making an enemy of the guy that can basically
At the end of the game, he came up to
dictates
us.
your
Yeah,
fucking future.
he wasn't as bad. As,
Right. He came
as
up to me at the end,
other
and he
umps.
was like, "I have a question for you," and he was talking about like the bat and the sound, and I was like, "Look, like how long have you been doing this?"
Yeah,
You could tell
we
that
had to
they were, like,
explain to him
saying
what
something
a shaved bat sounds like.
right? And I was like, I'm just saying that if I'm not gonna, I'm not questioning your strike zone because that shit was awful. I'm not questioning you why you didn't run out to second or third because that shit was. There's so many plays.
But you
at
could
second.
hear every single pop.
So many, but you could hear the pop. The game was different. I go, that's up to you.
And he heard it. He
You
heard
know
it.
what? They're never going to force that shit in,
No,
in
but they
clincher
did.
leagues. In
What
clincher
they-
leagues, they
No,
won't.
they
What
won't.
In
they did
tournaments, they will, and in,
Yes.
in Dudley, 100%.
In the
Because that's why
tournament-
that's
they
death, man.
they
That's
outlawed
death.
they outlawed
Yeah.
bats at certain bats. in
Yeah.
the
Because
clincher.
you know how fast it comes off at the pitcher,
Especially when you're lobbing the ball like that.
When Alex was pitching, remember how the ball that he when he caught with his
Yeah.
glove, no regular clincher fucking comes off this
Yeah,
shit
none,
like
none.
that. Yo,
None.
it was way too
Even
fast.
even
yo.
the simple ground balls that were getting between Dempsey and Tony.
Yo, the one that hit the ground and bounced up, it came so fast that I'm just look. I made some mistakes in the beginning. They were mental, but this ball came up and hit my shoulder, hit my face and my shoulder, and bounced over to your brother at short, and it bounced off of me like 15 feet.
yeah, it was
Like
crazy.
ground
It was
balls
crazy.
don't clincher
Well,
ground balls don't bounce off
That's
that
Queen's
much.
Hop. Queen's Hop.
Yo,
happened
it's
also.
smooth. No, the field we were
Yeah,
on
it wasn't that
smooth,
bad. It
dude.
wasn't that
It
bad.
wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
What I'm saying was he came over at the end and was like, whatever. Like, you can be a dick and be like, yo, you called a bad game or whatever, but then you get over it. It's the same thing when people get mad at each other and yell at each other. When the game's over, you fucking high five, go over, have your beers and whatever you're gonna do, and
Keep
you
it going.
Keep
So
it going.
back on that alien shit, this was released.
Oh, I thought we got rid of that.
No, oh, no, because
Some of the
because
best
I think
movies with
alien,
aliens.
alien conversation is better than fucking talking about
No,
Mike
but I was
Durso
gonna
making errors on fucking Sunday.
So no, we weren't really talking about Mike Durso making errors. So
No, we were talking about blaming them on shaved bats.
Blame it
because-
on
So-
shaved bats.
Yeah, the balls were hit too hard at me.
and fucked up.
that's what I said. The ball
Achilles
was the
tendon.
ball was hit too hard. So there's a lot of like I think
You listen to
being-
WFAN, right? You guys listen to WFAN?
I used to. I don't do that anymore.
You don't listen to much.
Yeah, every once in a while.
You know, like
Um,
that. You know that Super Jewelers commercial?
Super what?
Super Jewelers.
Not just any jeweler.
Super Jewelers. You never heard that?
Doesn't that sound like
Yo, that
what's his
shit
face?
gets, that shit
sounds
gets
like
me
a-
feeling sexy inside.
Is that one of those pop singers?
I don't know, dude. It sounds like an R&B song.
It
He's
sounds like that other kid. What's the kid's name? Charlie something.
who?
Yo, I'm sorry. Could you say?
Because he's got a UT.
Charlie
he's got
something?
he's got a UTHM in his name. What's the guy's name? You know who he is? He sings all these freaking pop songs.
What's the?
Putham?
Charlie Poof. Charlie Poof.
Boom, 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 boom.
We should make a song just
Fucking
with those
song.
noises.
Charlie Poof. Look it up. Look it up. Charlie something.
Charlie
That's
what?
who I thought it was.
But it's
Charlie
like,
Poo
dude,
Poo?
the song is
Charlie
like
P.
the song is great because he's like
Charlie, whatever his name is,
door
man.
knockers, diamond rings, and wedding
Who?
rings, and
P-U-T-H?
anything.
P-U-T-H? Pooh?
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
He's this young kid who's been.
Oh, yeah.
Not just any jeweler with super
Is that him?
jeweler.
That's him. That's the kid. See?
Charlie Pooh.
What's his song? What's his big
Oh,
song?
then we're gonna get it
What's his
right
big
now.
song?
Mike,
Wait.
find that song. Can we play that song? Super Jewelers?
That's what it sounds like. That's what I thought it was. Because I was like, man, that voice sounds familiar. It sounds like a real pop voice.
Diamond rings and everything, yeah.
It's a catchy bullshit tune,
It's
right?
so catchy, bro.
It is, man. It is.
Great marketing, dude. I
It
wanted
is.
to go to Super Jewelers.
What was it? Super Jewelers?
Super Jewelers.
Hi, I'm Ricky Ricardo, and that's the guy who doesn't come out.
Hello, this is Ricky Ricardo from
I'm
Super
Ricky
Jewelers.
Ricardo.
Did you get your government compensation check? Spend it at Super Jewelers. We got a 25% deal for all. I swear to God, they were
Is it Charlie
pandemic checks. 25% pandemic party. Super Jewelers.
No.
It's gotta be him.
Listen to it. Listen. Once you get.
Sounds like Friends.
Yeah, this is the new.
Like
That's the
it's a
TV
new
show
Friends
right
theme.
here.
It's a theme
Dude,
show.
you don't want to make love to.
No, I don't want to make.
You want to make love to your wife right now,
Not
dude.
to that shit.
It's not.
That's gonna win a Grammy. I think
You know what-
that was Usher.
Yeah, you know what that's
That
gonna.
was
That's
Usher
right.
Puthmont.
That's the song when
Puthmont.
she's like, huh. You haven't bought any jewelry lately, right? And they're like, never mind. Don't listen
He's
to
like,
that song.
door knockers, rope chains, and Cuban links and everything.
Three-finger rings.
Three-finger rings
and everything.
Pinky rings and
not,
everything.
not your jewelry. Steal it from somebody else's jeweler.
Take it off the train.
You see what happens when you talk about Super Jeweler?
Oh, yeah, dude.
And they're happy right now because we were talking about him.
Hell yeah, dude. Hello, this is Ricky Ricardo.
Hello, this is Ricky Ricardo. Super Jeweler.
Did you get your check from the government? Spend it on our jewelry.
Spend it on the jewelry.
Lucy, you have some jewelry explaining to do.
fucking great. That song gets me horny though. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know why. He's waiting for somebody to buy him a big ass.
Somebody buy me a gold rope.
A gold rope.
I need some fat ring. Oh man. So some Met fans have been sort of like freaking out and jumping ship over this
Oh, God,
of our
come
team
on.
over here,
They're
man.
fake.
and
They're fake
Fuck 'em.
fans.
it's like
fake
it's so
fans.
awful, right? Like the team's doing good, the players are doing good, and even though they're not hitting, they've been hitting in the last like 25
They're
games.
doing better. A lot
Dude, as
better.
a fan, you
people
just
who-
got to be excited. You can't get down and angry. Like, I don't know why. I don't know. I do know why, but I don't know why people like Strowman. It was a whole like back
He
and
got
forth
so much
thing.
shit the other day, which
But I
I
didn't-
didn't
I
agree
never-
with at all.
I don't like.
Guy was
Yeah.
yelling at him.
I don't give a
The
shit.
guy yelled at
defend,
him.
yeah, defend yourself.
Yeah.
Yo, I
And then
don't-
some people are like,
He
oh,
wasn't
he's-
even looking at him.
You know what's great? And I was talking to
Yo,
this,
he would
talking
poke
about
shit
this
like
with
that.
a
That's a bullshit fucking. If that guy can't hit, shut the fuck up. If you can't hit, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, well.
That's it. Yo, that guy had something to say. Why? Because he was getting showed up for what?
Yeah,
For,
fuck him.
Fuck him. He's nobody.
Listen, Strowman is kind of like a douche, like
no, well-
wise, but he was 100% right there.
But
He
we
was
don't
on it.
know-
He
100%.
didn't do anything wrong.
Do you know
He
him
didn't do anything
personally?
wrong.
I don't know him personally. I don't give a
No,
shit
and
what
I
he
said
does
the
on
same
social
thing. I
media.
think he comes across that way. Is what
Okay,
I'm
but
saying.
I don't care. I'll tell you what. I don't. Let's say, remember when we had LaDuca on the team, right?
Yeah.
Little guy, 5'9", solid catcher, right? He was the only enforcer on a team.
Yeah.
He would get in people's face. He would talk shit. And he was 5'9".
He also picked up a 15-year-old at Bridgeview.
Yes, minus that shit. But I went on the field.
Minus that.
Minus that shit.
15.
He's
Let
a-
that
Woo!
soak in.
Again, so that way you know he's a piece of shit, right? But
Oh,
on
he's
the
a
field, it's
fucking
like
dirtbag.
Strowman is not picking up 15-year-olds. He's
No.
not doing nothing like that. What he's doing is when he puts that uniform on, he's like, I got everybody's back. We're together.
That's it.
Okay?
No, it's
when
funny.
Harvey
That's it.
did the same shit that he did,
I won't-
it was like, wow,
I
what
won't
a great
say any names,
fucking
but
guy.
people call Strowman classless and like the way
No.
he treats and talks to people.
No,
are the,
fuck
and,
that,
and the
man.
same people
Listen,
that
that's one dude I do follow on Twitter.
the same people
And I don't
like-
know if you follow him, but
Yeah.
it's all positive
Yeah,
shit.
I follow
This is all he does.
Monica Lewinsky.
You follow Monica,
Johnny.
but
The,
you don't follow
the
Strowman.
wildest part is, and not to bring it to politics, but the same people that call him classless
Hold
are
on.
people who thought Trump that had class.
All right.
It's fucking crazy.
We got a caller.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, caller. This is Rika
We lost him.
Caro.
Call back. Call back. Hit us back.
Oh.
Hello. I want to say you got to call back. Yeah, but I was like, like there's Strowman, right? Who when Harvey's throwing and talking shit and fighting, like you love him. When it's Strowman, why is it personal? You
Yeah,
know,
well.
I mean,
like his attitude. Man, fuck the guy.
what
Did
a
you see what he
great-
did last
what a
night? Like,
great- would you hear that?
He's got a
voice?
Napoleon
Yeah.
complex.
what's that?
Who
Strowman.
Probably. He's the
He's got
shortest guy on the
Napoleon.
team.
is he?
He is. He's like 5.
Not every, I mean, look,
8
you're
maybe.
short. You don't have a Napoleon complex. Some short guys just have a Napoleon complex. They
Yeah.
just like to be.
But that's
dicks.
because everybody wants his autograph, and he's like, okay, I
Okay,
don't
okay,
I
leave me alone,
I know
leave me
Napoleon.
alone.
Leave me alone.
Leave me.
No, I don't know that he has a Napoleon complex.
Napoleon.
I know Napoleon.
I know Napoleon.
Leave me alone.
I eat Napoleon. I know Napoleon.
I know Napoleon.
I don't know that he has a complex about his height.
Napoleon is
He
such
goes
a
out-
long name
listen,
to sign.
He goes out there and he does his job, right?
Yeah.
And if he was in San Diego or if he was in for pitching for the Angels, he would do the same thing. And
He's
it's
had a good.
because
Listen, he's got.
New
a-
York's
he-
making it personal.
He's had a good.
Yeah, yeah.
He's had a good first half. If you think you don't like him, you have a fucking problem with
He's
him
a top
as a
3
person.
pitcher
Dude,
for
he's-
anybody's
I don't know.
rotation.
Yeah.
People are very
Anybody's
weird. People are
rotation.
weird, dude. People
Yeah.
are weird. I can't say
Yeah.
about
You know-
their opinions about people. It's just weird how
I
they.
just did like-
you
like-
formulate your opinion based off of like the way he looks at somebody on the mound. Like it's stupid.
Nah, that's stupid.
It's
It's
stupid.
stupid. It
With
is stupid.
DeGrom out for a little while,
You know why I didn't like him?
He's our ace right now.
I didn't
He's
like him
basically
because
our
he had
ace.
nothing good to say about the Mets, and he wanted all this whole Yankee shit. He went on this whole Yankee tangent.
Okay.
I didn't like him for that. We were
Yeah.
the second team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We
And
still
then-
are the second
no,
team, no
yeah,
matter
no,
what
we
happens.
are. No, but
No
I'm
matter
talking
what
about. I'm talking about. Listen.
when he was about to be traded.
Yes, when it
Yeah.
comes to that, because
Well, listen,
when you make it
Who
known,
doesn't want to get traded to the Yankees?
yeah, but he made it known that he'd rather be there than here.
Hey,
That's gonna leave it.
Beltran
that-
did the same thing.
But no, he
Randy-
didn't say.
But he didn't say it.
He
But
never
we knew.
said it.
We
That's
knew.
what. But I never heard it come out of his mouth.
Randy
Strowman
Johnson
said it.
Randy Johnson
Yeah.
said, "I don't want to go to the Yankees." When he finally went to the Yankees, he said, "I've always loved the Yankees."
But that's what happened.
Listen, I'm
Yankee
just saying.
money is bigger
that
than
can leave-
anything else.
That'll leave a bad taste in people's mouth. That's all. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure he's worth that kind of like lightning rod kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a good pitcher and he's had a good year. He explodes a lot. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
has these games, but
I'm okay
he's a
with
free
it.
agent.
But I'm
yeah,
okay
but
with
he's a
him.
free
Yeah, I'm-
agent.
Look at his-
He's
look
a free agent, and he's gonna want number 3 money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Okay, but I'll tell you
because
what,
he's
though.
having a good year, he's gonna want number 3 money. He's not a number 3 pitcher. I'm telling you that right now.
He's a top 3 pitcher for any rotation.
No, he's not.
Any rotation.
No, he's not. Absolutely not. 100% no way. Fuck that.
You think he's a 4 or a 5?
Yeah, I believe he is.
Then who's a? Nah, I can't. Be.
Strawman.
You think so?
Stroman's he was paid. I don't know about that. I disagree.
I don't
with
think
that.
he's a 3.
I think he's a 3.
I think he's a 3.
I give him,
100%.
I think he's a 3. He's got the
So,
numbers.
You
All
think
right.
he's better than Noah Syndergaard when he's healthy?
What has Noah Syndergaard done? It's like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
like him.
I
He's
was
got
gonna
all
s-
the talent in the world.
He's pitched big games in big spots in New York. That's for sure.
Okay, but
Big games, like huge games, World Series
Stroman's
games,
been- yeah.
playoff games, one wild card, one
Stroman's
game
been-
playoff.
I think
Stroman's
they're.
been
I
here
think
for
they're.
Stroman's never pitched a
Stroman's
big game
been
in
here
his
for
fucking life.
in
dude.
Toronto.
When did Toronto ever go anywhere?
Right, but if they
weren't
didn't
in
go
playoffs.
anywhere, it's not
He
his
was
fault.
never.
It's not his fault they didn't go there.
Stroman was never in the playoffs though. So that's what I'm saying. Is that, listen, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a bad pitcher. Don't get me wrong. All I'm saying is when these guys come back, it's a reality we got to deal with. Is he better than Thor? Like next year, do you pay him number 3 money when you got Noah coming off an injury, who is potentially your 3, and
Look,
if
Syndergaard healthy is technically supposed to be the 2, right?
he's not, but he's not the 2.
But he's not
not
a
the
2.
2,
He's
right.
at most a 3.
Right.
Right.
Not
No,
a 4, at
listen,
most a 3.
Right now, I'll tell you right now, Taijuan Walker has pitched his way up into the top 3.
But when he was doing his thing in Arizona, when he was like, he's always been a good pitcher. When then they got hurt, so his grace fell down for no reason.
Stroman never did that though. Is what I'm saying.
Look at his numbers in Toronto.
They were
he doesn't
good.
have bad
They-
numbers.
no, they were not. I'm not saying
But
bad.
if Toronto's not a good
Look
team,
at,
why is he?
Look at he's a 500 pitcher. Is
okay.
that your 3?
But he's on a bad team. If he's
Is
on
that
bad
a-
teams,
Yeah, he's on a bad team.
he's a-
They weren't always bad.
They weren't always good.
They were
that
fighting.
make any
They were
sense.
fighting for the playoffs almost every year. They won.
No,
7.
man.
Yeah.
Toronto's
the last
awful,
4,
man.
Stroman's only been in the league 5 years.
Yes,
Look at
Toronto's
their-
been awful.
All right, look at their record, but look at his record.
Go look it up.
All
He's
I'm
an
sa-
average what, like
all
two-
I'm saying is
244
all
Right
I'm-
now, his ERA.
This is my point. This is
right
my
now,
point.
his ERA
This
is
my
like
point.
2.4.
No, he's
2.4.
having a great year, dude. I'm not saying that. But he's going to want that money now. That's what I'm saying.
That's a guarantee.
Is he
Of course
worth
you're gonna
that
want the
money?
money.
Especially, look, they could
Would
go
you
out,
give him $20
They
million?
could go out and make that trade for Berrios right now.
Would you
right?
would you give him
You make
20
that trade for Berrios. Berrios is better than fucking Stroman. That's a fact, right? I think
Right
so.
now?
Cookie Carrasco's better than Stroman.
Trying to.
How big? Oh, we got
Yeah,
a
they-
caller here.
we got
but
the
I
caller
disagree
back.
with
Paul,
that
what do you
shit.
think?
Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not Stroman.
Oh,
I'm just
Stroman's
fucking
calling.
myself.
You know what? I just texted him. He
Hello,
said,
caller. What do we got on the phone?
Zombie.
9 out of 10.
Caller,
Is,
yeah,
it's-
yeah, caller.
9 out of 10 is Jambi.
Yeah. Roberto.
Yo, B.
Oh.
Yo, B. Let me tell you something, B.
You
Stroman
guys are
ain't
crazy,
shit, B.
man.
Listen.
Stroman's a shit.
Stroman
Carrasco is what?
is better than.
30
Is he better than Stroman?
No.
You don't think so?
Carrasco?
Yeah.
Nah.
Good career.
He's probably in the
He's
same.
A good, yeah, like good
Is
career.
that a better career than
Maybe.
Stroman?
But a good career, but he's also 30-something years old. He's not a
Doesn't
young
matter.
guy.
What does
Yeah,
that matter,
yeah.
dude? You talking about?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like you're talking about Stroman being on bad teams and why he didn't have a better record. It's the same thing as looking at like Carrasco and goes like all the years he's been out there, he's a better pitcher. How? How can you weigh
How
that?
long was he in the Indians?
First, he's got a
Carrasco?
career 20.
like
He's got a career 21.4 WAR. He's 88 and 73. He's got a career 377 ERA. There's Cookie. Okay. 242 games.
He's 32 years old, right?
He is.
Or 33. And he missed a year.
34.
34.
And he missed a year.
And he
Right.
missed, but so he missed a full year plus this year half a year.
And his-
so he's got a 32-year-old arm.
Okay, and Stroman, what is he? I think he's like 28,
Stroman's young. Stroman's like
28?
27 to 28.
28 years old.
Listen, I personally like Stroman. I like
What
his
is like
energy.
40 and 50?
Yeah, I
maybe?
mean, I don't dislike him. I just don't think
and he's got nastier stuff, I think, this
So,
year.
yeah, look,
he's 30. Stroman's 30.
30. All right, so he's a little bit older than
All
I
right.
thought. Right, but here's the thing that I'm saying.
He's got a 16.8 WAR.
Would you give him $20 million?
He's only 7 and 8
Stroman?
this year.
Yeah.
He's got first of all, he's got a 2.59 ERA, which is very good, but he's 7 and 8, so he doesn't really pitch to wins. This is the other thing. His career, he's 500. He's 58,
Well, that's
56.
what I just said, something like that. Yeah,
And he's got a
yeah.
3. So his
Yeah,
ERA is
wait.
his ERA is
I
pretty
just said
similar.
that. He was probably like 40 and 50.
Yeah.
So
His
something.
ERA is pretty similar. I think that and his whip is lower. Carrasco has a better whip. I think that when you're looking at, what are you looking at?
I was just
Oh,
picture.
I think that when you're looking at the two, over the course of time, Carrasco has been more money, for his team, and because he's pitched in better divisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's pitched against better competition. I shouldn't say that because Stroman was always in the American League.
The American League.
Yeah,
he's
they're
there,
competition.
except for Baltimore,
Yeah, no,
right?
he pitches there.
pretty
Listen,
fucking
I don't
tough,
dislike
right?
Stroman.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I don't trust him. I just don't. I think in a big spot, I think he'll get destroyed because he throws that fucking lazy
you-
slider.
Right, but it's
You know what I
thinking.
mean? He
It's
doesn't
nasty though.
It's nasty.
It's
But
a
if he doesn't
nasty
have
pitch.
it,
Yeah.
dude.
But I mean, if any pitcher doesn't have it, then
No,
you
but he
don't
doesn't have
it.
a fastball to rely on.
Yeah,
a
well-
lot of these other guys, like Taijuan Walker, throws the ball 98.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't have his breaking ball, he could still beat you with
Yeah,
fastball.
but he's got 4 pitches, 3 main pitches, right? The 4th pitch is always a throwaway.
He has that
Something
slurve.
Right.
He
throw in
has
there.
the slurve.
Right.
He has the
So-
slurve and the slider. Those are his 2 pitches.
So if you take Stroman out there, you put him out there, right? And so let's say he doesn't have his best stuff. Like, what you want from him is the best that he has, his guts, his glory, right? Like, he doesn't have anything. He has no fastball. So it's like Maddox, right? Maddox never had a fucking fastball. But he was just so
finessed
good
it.
at
He finessed it,
finessed
yeah.
and pinpoint it.
No, I get it. Yep.
So you know that you're
But
not
Matt,
going to.
listen,
Nobody's
don't
not going to.
don't compare
No.
Stroman to
I'm
Maddox.
not saying that. That's not what I did. I'm just saying. Yeah. Oh,
That's
boy.
kind of what you did.
Do you
dude.
give-
Come on,
do you- do
come
you
on,
give-
Insult King.
Do you give him 20?
Oh, that's right. He calls me the insult king.
The
Apparently.
insult king.
So apparently, I insult him.
Not me. I
Or
didn't
people.
say that. It was
People.
like in
I
general.
insult
like-
people. I enjoy insulting people.
Oh, he does. He does. He gets a kick out of it.
I don't insult anybody, you
Anyone.
dummy.
Yeah.
I'll drink to that.
I don't call everybody
I
stupid.
don't know what the fuck you're talking
They're
about.
not morons.
I told you not to be. I
Don't listen to me.
told you not to be an idiot, you moron.
Yeah, it's stupid.
That's the Howard Stern. His father's clip. His father talking to him.
Yeah. So, but what it was like, do I give him 20?
Yeah.
Right. If you
He's
don't
gonna
give,
he's gonna want number 3 money. You do.
But if you don't
a lot
give,
of money.
if you don't give him 20,
Yeah.
right? Let's say you go, nah, you know what? I'm not want to give Stroman, who's 30.
Yeah.
It's going to be 31, so you give him at least 3 years, right? So you're not going to give him 20. Everywhere he goes, let's say they shop him around, right? And is he East Coast or is he West Coast? Is he American League or is he National League? He's probably better built for the National League. Less hitters to face, right? Because he's not a power pitcher. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Dude,
So-
Noah Syndergaard's got some good numbers, bro, career-wise. They're not, because he's been hurt a lot.
Yeah, but that's the other point.
That's
is
the
that
problem,
Stroman's out there, even if his ERA is low. His ERA is low.
But that's, listen, Tommy John's a fucking 1.5 year injury for everybody, and then he had that issue with his
Yeah, with the
yeah,
side.
you
side,
lift
yeah.
so hard and you throw
Right,
so hard,
right.
you tear
But-
fucking muscles.
Yeah.
You can't have him doing that every year.
But everybody gets Tommy John.
But you can't. No, but I know that now.
That other shit was
nowadays,
oblique.
Everybody gets
That
it.
shit was oblique. Everybody gets that too. But look, Noah Syndergaard's numbers. He has a 16 WAR, which is exactly like Stroman, right?
Yeah.
But he's 47-30. He's got a 3.31 ERA, which is similar to Noah, a little bit lower than Stroman. But he's got a 1.161 WHIP, which is way higher, or pretty good, pretty higher. And because of his injuries, and he's only 28. Because of his injuries, he's really like a 26-year-old with an arm, That's my 3. He's my number 3. That I'm telling you. And I don't care about the injuries. I take the risk with him next year. A healthy Noah Syndergaard is
Well,
my
what are
3.
you gonna give? You're not gonna give him a new contract. You're
No,
gonna give him
but
a year.
He's a free agent this year, but they're going to give him 1 year.
Right, and he'll take it.
So that's
Look at me, I'm his agent. He'll take it.
so that's the point that
He can't hear us.
no. The point of his because he's done it already in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He pitched against. If you guys remember, I'll refresh your memories with these games. He pitched that 1-game playoff against Bumgarner against the Giants. Remember when we tied with them
Right.
4 years ago? He outpitched Bumgarner in a fucking playoff game, which is
Right, which is very
almost
rare.
impossible to do.
But nobody's saying that he's
Outpitched.
not.
Yeah, well,
and you remember how we lost that game?
Yeah, I know. I don't remember, but it was
Familia gave up a fucking hit. So now
Hey, you know who's still on that roster?
Familia.
Familia.
fucking
Sounds familiar.
sucks. And
Sound-
Diaz, get these guys off the team. This leads us to the next topic that was heavy, and we're gonna talk about this shit right now. We're gonna fucking talk about this shit right now. You got to get Chris Bryant. You got to get Kimbrel here. You got to do it. They're fucking winners. They won World Series. He's a former MVP.
Why don't we
Kimbrel
just-
is a no-miss closer.
Listen,
Why don't we just get
you know what's
pitchers?
great? Hold on. I'll tell you what.
And Berrios. Get Berrios too. Bring them all here.
Well, no.
Fucking bring them all.
No.
Bring everybody. You sound like
No. Shut the fuck up.
Now we got the owner. Now we can be the Yankees. Get them all.
No.
get everyone.
No.
No, Brian. Did you see the Brian proposal? That's cheap.
So yeah,
He's gonna
that's
come
cheap. If that's
'Cause it's a rental.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
that's
rental.
SNY saying it, right?
because he's
But
not
a
signing
rental.
here.
Yeah. So
Nah,
He's going to test free agency because he's
listen,
a Boris guy.
Here's what I can say: if you make the deal, right, and you have to bring Kimbrel in with it because they'll give
Kimbrel, they
that's
could
a-
resign though. That's the thing. They could resign Kimbrel.
whatever
But I
you're
don't think
doing
Bryant-
now, right? Like, so you move Brian in there, and he can prove that more games now he's playing the outfield that he can the infield, and you put him at third, right? But Kimbrel is the reason why you put him at the end of the games. You take a guy like, and if you don't get rid of Diaz and you don't get rid of Familia, right? You have guys that you've taken the pressure off of them now.
Yeah.
They're not going to get mad. They know what they have to do. They know have to rebuild their reputation. But you have a guy like Kimbrel.
Somebody will take those fucking bags of shit.
Nobody will, no, but you
There's
don't
always a
have
team.
to.
But you don't have to get rid
You
of him.
don't
That's
have
what
to
it
get
is.
You
rid
don't
of
have
More
to.
arms the
If
better.
you're not
have to.
pitching them, I wouldn't put
Yeah.
him in a big
I
spot.
want more
Yeah.
pitchers.
Yeah,
you
I
know what?
want more.
Now the playoff system is if a guy gets hurt, you can bring another guy in.
But do you
So
have any? Let me ask you guys both this question because you're both as big fan as I am. Do you have any trust whatsoever in you with Diaz at all right now in a big spot?
I trust him more than Familia.
Yeah, but that's not saying a lot.
I'm saying you got the
I mean,
last two
this
guys.
is like Chapman shit. And
Yeah,
and
I
this
don't-
but the thing with you know what the difference between Aroldis Chapman and fucking Diaz? This is the only time Aroldis Chapman ever did this shit.
Yeah, well.
Diaz has always done this for the Mets. He has been
Well, he's only
awful.
done it 3 times this year so far.
But that's only in safe situations.
right.
But in non-safe
He's not
situations,
he's not a non-safe pitcher.
It
That's
doesn't
what we
matter,
know.
but that doesn't matter. You're a pitcher. His
Yeah.
ERA is 9. He gives up fucking 9 runs an inning when he comes in. He comes in not safe situations.
Look, I give you
Yeah,
something
well,
crazy
I-
like Diaz, right?
So
like,
that's just an indictment on Rojas sucking the cock too, because he's terrible. His game management's awful.
No,
man.
Diaz's
Bullpen
numbers.
management.
Look at his
No
ERA.
game management.
Look, the thing is, the more runs you give per small like amount, like a pitcher who pitches 7 innings, he can stretch out his ERA. But Diaz, his ERA is like 4.5 now, and the hardest part is he's only giving up 1 or 2 runs at an inning, and that's a lot to give. That's higher
No, because
than
because he gave that grand slam up the other day, and that bloated his shit.
Yeah, but even if he
Yeah.
even if he was at 3, when his
Dude,
ERA
the
went
la-
up to 3,
Look at his numbers
from-
the last 2 weeks, though. He's given up a lot
Right,
of runs.
but when
the last
his
couple
ERA
weeks.
was at 3,
He came in when we
from
were
3 to 4.5 is a lot of runs to give up in a short amount
They
of time.
bought. He bought.
A
This is
lot of
why. This is
runs
why
to get.
Rojas is a bum. He bought Diaz in when we were up 7. He gave up 4 runs that game, 3 runs. Then he bought him in when we were up 5, and he fucking gave up the hit and then the grand slam to win. Right. So now he gave up 9 runs in 2 performances.
But you know what's the best
the last
thing
2
about
weeks.
that? Rojas is like, I got a great idea. How about you go back out there and throw the same shit you did the last time?
Yeah, he did the same shit with May.
Let's see what's going
Trevor
on.
May got lit up. What does he do? Puts him in
Put
the
him
game
back in
again. He did the same
I
thing
wanna
with
build
Lugo.
his confidence.
Lugo
But he
gave
hasn't-
up. What did he do? Put him right in the game. He's a fucking terrible
look,
manager.
he has no like Willie Randolph, right?
This
the
team
one
should
thing
be
about
12 games over 500 right now.
yeah, like easy.
And about
Easily.
8 in
Easily.
first place.
well,
Easily.
like when Willie
Easily.
Randolph
He
was
cost
a-
us a lot of games.
we
when
should
Willie-
be at least 8 games up.
So whoever called us from the Capri Hotel, call back. Capri Motel, you fucking dirtbags. Some fucking dirtbag called us from the Capri Motel. Who is it? Who is
I
it?
gotta say-
I want to know. I want to hear this story.
Oh my God! Anyway, with the
Somebody's smoking
They
some.
ain't calling. They're like, fuck that.
They got themselves a fuck. It's like the casa de puta.
They want to break.
Yeah, baby, you getting that fucking high and tight.
well, I would say
Somebody's
like,
getting a high and tight at the Capri
yeah,
Motel.
it's like in the middle of a tug.
Yeah, man.
In the middle of that tug.
Yo, you know we're
they
kill-
decided to.
We're
wait,
killing it if they're calling the Michael
Right,
Short
yeah,
show in the,
yeah.
in the middle of a high and tight.
In the middle of that tug, I was like, "Hold on, let me
He's like,
call.
yo,
Hold
hold-
on, I got this show."
Hold on, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait,
baby,
we-
hold on. Hold
Yo,
on.
no. We
Hold
didn't
that-
even
hold that
say that.
thought.
We didn't even say the number of the show. So whoever it is was holding
Oh,
on
they
to
need a
that.
number. They do.
They were holding on to that. I got a perfect time right
Oh,
now.
you know what? I think I know who it was.
Oh.
Is that from DR?
He's cracking up. He already knows. He does know. Look at him. He does know.
I think I know who it was. You know who it was, Mike.
You know too?
Mike knows.
So what I want to say in that like the thing with Rojas about like the
Yeah, Mets.
about the Mets.
No, trading deadline. Listen,
It's
trading
the same thing as like
trading
with-
deadline. They better make these fucking moves.
They
These
will.
moves-
It's the
They
same.
have to.
They
They
will.
I
have
just
to.
want
They
to
will.
like just
They
saying this
will.
part about it. it's like-
Lindor's gone. He's gonna be. I don't think it's 10 days. I don't think that's 10 days.
But here's the thing. Before I get to the Lindor part, when Randolph was the manager, he didn't. Nobody felt like, and I didn't even feel like he handled the starting rotation of the bullpen that well, and that's why it cost us a lot of games. And I think that's the problem with Rojas now.
Yeah.
he doesn't know how to manage the bullpen.
The bullpen. That's his big flaw, I think.
He said it was Romero. Alex.
Is that Al?
Alex.
It was Romero. That's where he gets all those stupid memes from.
Yeah.
This fucking dummy.
Tony, if you're listening.
Hi, Tony.
Hi,
Tony.
Tony.
Live from the Capri Hotel.
Hola, Tony.
I'm coming to you live from the parking lot of the Capri Motel. I gotta use the payphone, okay? So if I hang up, I put another quarter
I got a
in.
quarter. I got a quarter. You got quarters?
He said, "You got quarters?
You got quarters?
You got
I got
quarters?
quarters.
Oh shit! I ran out of quarter.
I gotta call my boys."
Since when is the fucking payphone 25 cents? It was always 10 cents. As long as I know, you know the fucking phrase "dropping the dime." Come on, I still use that shit all the time.
That's great.
Now you gotta drop a quarter.
You gotta drop a quarter.
So if you're a fucking
Why is it
snitch, you're
take
dropping
long?
quarters. It's fucking it's so stupid. I don't understand people these days in 21.
It's double time.
It's not easy being 72
It's
years old.
double time. I put quarter.
So you're a snitch, you're dropping quarter. It's fucking too hard to say. I'd rather say dropping dimes.
Dropping dimes.
Wait, did you hear it?
It's harder to say. It's harder to say.
It's hard to say.
It's harder to say. It's not easy.
What was harder?
It's the opposite of easy. It's hard.
It's harder to say.
All right.
So
Wolves
trade
out, Wolves out.
trade deadline.
Trade
huh?
deadline.
It doesn't even matter. I don't give a
The,
shit.
The Mets get Chris Bryant. Let's see. You know what? Actually, because we're really fucking like down to the wire right now with this shit. You know,
We'll sign somebody by next week.
I think
Maybe
it
after the weekend.
I think it might happen by this weekend.
Yeah.
This weekend, because the deadline, teams that are making real moves, they want to make moves. Like doing it at the last minute kind of puts things in jams them up. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
first of all, plus if you know you're going to make the move, you could
You
use
wanna
the
do
guy
it
right
again,
now
yeah.
because the dog days. This is fucking July. The middle of July to the middle of August, end of August is the dog
Yeah,
days.
we got a tough schedule. Aren't we
Tough.
playing a lot of
Every
division
every team that we're
we are,
playing.
right?
Well, the only under 500 teams we're playing are our division teams, which are always hard games.
Yeah.
But then we have we play all those American League East teams. We have
I know we're playing the Blue Jays this weekend.
we have
right?
the Blue Jays, and then we play Tampa, and then we play. It's
Why,
we have
why,
a tough
why
schedule.
two American? That's I don't know. Like I get it.
Well,
But,
American League East is our
when I
division this year.
No, I mean like that should be like.
And we go up to Boston in
You
August.
should.
I
I want to do that.
Let's do it.
Like,
let's do it. If, I don't
my
know, Slug,
wife's-
if you
my
want to go
wife's,
up.
Cousins
that'd be
up there.
cool.
Like,
I wanna go up.
I think I've been there once.
Tickets are still available. They're about $200. You could sit pretty much anywhere in the stadium right
yeah,
now.
my wife's cousins are up there.
I'm
like,
going.
great Sox
I'm
guys.
fucking
Yeah, I
going.
like
I'm gonna
that.
do a night trip. I'm gonna do a roadie, and maybe do
We
one
got
or
a
two.
caller now.
Oh shit.
Hola, Tony.
Live from the Capri.
Calling live from the payphone at the Capri Hotel.
¿Qué hubo, parce?
Quiero que pase.
¿Qué hubo, pues, hermanito? ¿Qué entonces qué? Oiga, pero ¿qué pasó?
what he said.
He put 5 cents. he didn't put a quarter. He put 5 cents.
Do you see what happens when you don't put 25 cents?
You see what happened?
I drop the dime and they
you-
drop the call.
5 cent, no call.
No, 5 cents. That what happened. 5
It's
cents, 5
happening.
seconds.
5 cent.
5 cents, 5 seconds. That's all you get. That's.
I gotta call somebody and find out why this is so much money, man.
Oh, this is
He
great.
said, "¿Qué hubo, pues?"
I know dropping dimes.
I know dropping dimes. I
know
drop
dropping dimes.
quarter.
The Mike and Chong show is not worth the 25 cents.
I
I
hang
drop
up.
a nickel for
I
you.
listen. I hang up on you. Shit.
I
drop a
fuck,
nickel.
I,
Puh.
fuck, I speed on you.
Call back, man. Call back. Get another quarter.
Or don't. Or
Or
don't.
don't. You might as well. At this point,
Yeah. Use your cell phone, asshole. I mean, Giambi.
Use that fucking.
Why are you still going to the payphone, Tony?
Use that prepaid fucking Boost Mobile phone you got.
That burner phone.
man. I'm telling you, the burner phone.
Dude's got the cell phone and his burner phone. I called the Mike and Sean show on their burner.
And they burn.
These guys,
because I don't want to
I
know.
call the support and they already make fun of me.
And they hang up on me.
They don't support. I don't need the fucking support.
It's not my
man.
fault. I put 5 cents.
Don't you know support me?
All they
remember?
do is they make the yolk.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I don't know what to talk about. Oh, I know.
He threw you off.
So like, so what
don't
we were
fuck
saying,
me
like
all
with
up.
Lindor, you know, being that the Cubs want to sell, if it's not Bryant and let's say it's Baez,
I'll take buys.
right, and it's a rental, and you know that, right? But what happens is he plays short, and if Lindor does come back, he plays second,
Yeah.
and then you move McNeil over to third. And what happens now? You have Davis. You don't get his glove, but you get his bat. You keep his bat. You can move him in the outfield, in the infield, first, all over the place.
I'll tell you right now, if Davis has to be part of the deal, you make that fucking deal.
But
though.
if he doesn't-
I'm tired of. If he doesn't, then I like it because I'll tell you why it works. I really feel like next year that the DH is coming. I feel like it's
I
definitely.
still don't
happening.
think so. I don't. Here we go.
There he goes. He's
I
back.
can't wait. I can't.
I put another 15 cents.
Yeah, it's Pollo.
Hey, what's that? You calling back from your Boost Mobile?
Yeah, I'm watching your show. Yeah, Pollo. Give
Pollo?
me a shout out. Pollo Loco.
Pollo Loco!
Pollo Loco. Who's the Pollo Loco?
Who's that?
Sí.
See.
Okay, tell him to give me a shout out.
The Pollo Loco, you want a shout out?
Yeah, sí. Give me a shout out.
Okay, Pollo Loco, here's a
Hey,
shout out.
okay, Pollo Loco, it's all you.
Sí. I mean, it's about Hawaii.
Sí. Shout out to you, Pollo Loco.
Okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna chow.
Is
you,
there something else that we need to say here?
we're gonna chout you out, and then we're gonna hang up on you. Okay?
Yeah, just tell him. I'm on the telephone now. Okay.
Okay, you're on the telephone now. You're
Okay,
put the
so-
15
Okay, shout out
cents.
to Pollo Loco. on the telephone.
Shout out to Pollo Loco. Thank you very much for calling.
Who the hell is Pollo Loco?
Dude, I don't know.
If
You know
somebody
what?
do is making
you know
a joke,
what- you
somebody
know what-
that
dude,
ain't. It's somebody.
So
was
who's
like,
that troll?
We got
from
a troll.
It's probably the troll.
I
You,
gotta
you
show
Yo,
told me
you
dude,
about
I
that, right?
cut
gotta
this dude
show you
off.
the-
I had to cut him off on Facebook, on Instagram. Like, I posted a picture and my tattoos were showing, and he wrote overkill. I don't know who the fuck this kid is. Every time I post something,
He's like, you know who he reminds me
attacks
of?
me.
You remember, what's his name? Spit in Beat Street?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's Spit. That's
Yo, he's
that's,
spit. Yeah,
that's
this,
Spit.
this
That's
is the
Spit.
modern day version of spit.
Yeah, that's Spit.
I posted a picture of us at the tailgate party.
Yeah.
He wrote, what he wrote? A bunch of junk
No,
boxes.
he was like overkill, and he was like, you know, hey, what's up? Like, I don't even know who
I'm
you
like,
are.
who the fuck
He was
are
like,
you?
yo, fam, we know each other, we met each other.
I'm like, bro,
This is,
I
I was
don't
like,
Trolls are fun, man.
I'm
Troll,
like,
I get a lot
yeah,
of trolls.
oh no, I know.
I get a
that-
lot
this
of trolls
kid's a
all
troll.
the time.
I said you're my first troll. I'm proud right now that I have my first fucking troll because I'm famous.
That's it.
All you're doing is talking about my fucking bar and about the podcast. I'm like, you know what? I got a troll.
Trolls
I
are
should
good,
be.
man.
I should be grateful because this
Listen, let me
might.
tell you,
this
I-
might be the sign of a couple of good things coming.
Being in P1 for all those years, I got a lot of trolls, man. A lot of trolls.
Oh my god, I can't imagine.
Yeah, but-
dude.
And it's funny as hell because I play along with them. So once they see that you don't get mad, it's like, oh man, they give up. They stop texting you. They stop writing you.
right. Because you know what it is? They're starving for attention.
That's all they want.
So if they don't get the attention,
I'll
then
give
they
it to
give
them
up
purposely.
and they go to the next
you
person.
see that? Does that face look familiar?
I don't know.
All right, hold on.
I don't think so.
I've never
Not for
seen
me.
that kid before in my life, bro.
He said he was at the tailgate. That
Yeah,
had
he
some-
says he's from. It says
Flushing.
he knows. He knows from Flushing. He knows everybody.
So I
a
took
troll,
over
bro.
the
He's
I
a
took over
fucking
the
troll.
Instagram account, right? And he was like, "Yo, I tried. Like, I gotta give you this." Like he's like,
I just cut him
I've
off.
tried and I'm being brutally honest. Here, your content stinks.
Yeah.
And I want you to succeed, Flushing fam. but
Flushing
you're
fam. I never
killing
met
it.
the kid, dude. You
But
call me
kill-
Flushing fam.
But you're killing me. So I wrote, obviously, because of being
But
a
you're
dick.
killing me. It's actually funny.
But I was like,
Your content stinks.
Hey, I just want to say, like,
He is funny. I'm not
is
gonna
it
lie.
because it's Mike or Sean?
yeah,
Or is it both?
No, he goes, is this directed at Mike?
Or Sean? Just want to know.
Oh, he's talking to me, I think.
Yeah, and I was like, and he said, like, overall. But
Well,
I was like,
listen,
like,
all I know is back in the day,
And then I wrote-
I never banged anybody's girlfriend knowingly. Never. That's all I have to say.
Listen, man, this is
That's
people
on the
that,
record.
you know, your biggest haters are usually the ones that you know.
Oh, yeah,
and
of
it
course.
says it like in
Of
general, but I
course.
was like, I thought it was funny. I thought that whole level of it was because like what else do you have to do? At
I
that
found out. I
moment?
found out one of my trolls was actually one of my biggest fans.
Really?
So,
Well,
yeah.
that's usually how it works.
Yeah.
They're trolling because it's like the little girl that punches you because she wants you to kiss her. You know, in the kindergarten. You know when it get like
Roberts? That looks like Evan Roberts.
the girl likes you, wants to kiss. That is Evan Roberts.
No, that is this guy.
He just showed you a zoom in. Do you know Evan Roberts? Because he's trolling us.
No, it's
trolling
not
me.
Evan Roberts.
Fucking guy.
I'm on his page. That's why I'm on that guy's Are Your Trolls page.
Pollo Loco?
So I was going.
Yeah,
through-
that's what, dude. His page looks fake, bro.
Ah, Pollo Loco.
Who's that, Pollo Loco?
It's all like
Pollo Loco.
this is the only consistent pictures.
Yeah, I don't know who
This
that is,
dude
man.
and
And
like,
that looks like it's really touched up too.
yeah,
The other
like
one.
like
He's
they
fake. It's a
put
fake.
him
He's a
separate.
troll. He's a troll.
He's not real,
Yeah.
but you know
Yeah.
it's good to have someone like that.
It's all good.
You
You're
know,
not
like when-
real. Don't worry
No, he's,
about
yeah,
it.
he's giving my life purpose. Fuck that. Except I had to cut him off. He was killing me a little too much.
No, well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man.
So listen, if you're a troll, you could suck a dick and then keep trolling, baby. Keep
Trolling.
Troll away.
Talk
Keep
good about me.
trolling,
Talk bad
trolling,
about me.
trolling,
but just
trolling,
keep
trolling.
talking about me.
Keep trolling,
Yeah.
man.
Keep,
Oh, look. Speaking of those,
Oh, what we
I
got?
got some stuff.
What we got?
This is for my. I made this for us for the show. This is a little piece I did.
We gotta show it to the crowd.
The mic. It's a
I
Mike
see
and
it, I
Sean
see
show
it.
piece, and I got look. If you look real close to the camouflage, Michael pointed out to you.
I see the
But
show at the
on-
bottom,
Yeah,
right?
yep. And I got and on the
And-
top.
And
So
Mike and Sean show.
I see it. I see it. I
the,
saw
with
it.
the gold mic.
I seen that you put it on Facebook. I was checking out. I see show.
And then this, I didn't finish quite with the background, but I just was doodling. I doodled this real quick.
Doodling.
I did.
Doodling.
I was just
I doodled.
doodling.
I
was
doodled that
doodling.
quick this
I was
morning.
doodling.
doodling
This I'm gonna
you.
put in a frame. You know that.
you know,
wanna-
hey, Slugger,
I
I was
didn't-
doodling you.
Wait, where's the camera?
I wanted
Right
to do. Yeah, I wanted to do more of that,
There it
but
is.
I like the way that
Whoa.
that 3D
Hey,
came
Slug,
out.
I was doodling you.
Slugger.
There you
Slug, I
go.
was
There it is.
doodling
Got it
you.
with the
doodling
ER.
you.
Gave it an A.
Doodling you.
I know you got a scrapbook, so I figured you could put that in the
listen,
scrapbook.
man, I'm putting
you know
it in
what?
a
Give
frame.
that back
It's
to me.
going in a frame.
Let me just.
He's like, let me give it
autograph
back to you. I'm not ready doodling it.
Let me autograph that. I'm not done
Let me
doodling.
sign my name for your doodling.
Cock-a-doodle doo.
Hey.
Doodle dum. Hey, how you
Yeah.
doing?
You little cockle doo.
How you doing?
And
Any,
that would be doodle dee.
any
doodle
cockle
dum.
doo.
Oh.
Oh,
How should I sign it? Would you like me to sign it, Sean? Would you like it to sign it,
Shawnee, man.
Shawnee?
Shawnee.
Shawnee Whispers?
Shawnee Whispers. How you doing?
Yesterday, the Seattle Kraken are now in existence. So they awarded Seattle a hockey team
Yeah.
and the Kraken. So they
Yeah.
start to get Kraken and they
You got
started.
a a good market that you could give me or a pen
so
or something?
you know, a couple of years ago, the Las Vegas Knights
Right.
were in the NHL finals, the first year of their existence. They were able to like pick out like because you get to draft off these players.
Right.
So they had a bunch of Seattle athletes run off the names. And when you get a chance, watch Beast Mode announce the first pick of the dude that they're picking. And you're the guy who's with him to announce him, like Beast Mode's all in. Like did I say your name right? And he's like, if I didn't, just hit me up. Come look for me. I apologize. We'll hang out. We'll be friends. You're the dude that's with him doing the interview was like this. Yeah, Marshall Lynch. I'm right here trying to give you a pound. It's so great. Like you could clear. You're the dude standing next to him, and he's like. But it's cool. Like Beast Mode is basically like if I said your name wrong, my bad. Come see me. Let me know it, straighten it out. But the dude that's with him with the announcer doing it, he's just like he left out, and he had to tell him, I'm trying to give you a pound.
Hey,
And that's bad when somebody's trying to do is tell the guy they're trying to give a pound.
that's not
trying to give you-
that's not good.
No, but that's pretty cool. I think it's like because Seattle lost. Other than baseball, they really don't have much. In
They
football,
don't. Yeah.
they're trying to get like every city. I feel like should have at least one sport in every profession. Like
At least
professional
two.
sport. Yeah, but
Okay, so I
Pittsburgh-
autographed it. I
There you
did some,
go.
Pennsylvania, like Pittsburgh only
Look,
doesn't
look
have
what I
a-
wrote in the bottom left corner.
Oh shit, let's see. The bottom left corner.
the bottom left
The
corner.
P19 heartthrobs. That is me. That's how you gotta say it. You can't say it any other way.
Yeah, you can't say it any
You
other
gotta
way.
say the P19 heartthrob. This is going in a frame, man. Trust me.
My man.
P1 thing.
I you know what? I didn't have time to pick frames. up today, I'm
P1 thing.
sorry.
Teen heartthrob.
I
Yeah,
should've-
I spent all day trying to put up. I always put like the throwback Thursdays.
Yes,
And I put a lot
yes.
of P1 shit.
Yep.
And then I finally found something. And I was doing it once I parked. I parked outside. And I was like, shit, I gotta put this video up. And I was trying to do the voiceover, and for whatever reason, you know how you put a video and then you talk about what's going on in the video.
Right, yep.
So I was trying to do it, didn't work. Came inside, I said, fuck it, I won't do it. But because I haven't put on anything today all day, you'd be surprised how many DMs I get. Excuse me, saying like, where's the
Where's the-
throwback?
where's
Where's the
the-
throwback?
where's the
Where's the
throwback?
throwback? Where's the throwback?
That's awesome.
And the one I have is actually a good video. It's actually, you know me, I told you before, when I do all this, when we recorded, I was always the guy with the camera, always the guy with the fucking, wherever I toured, all that shit. So I've got a lot of footage of us inside the studio recording. So the energy that you hear in an album, like especially our album, that's one album that we did called New Era, and that album, you can feel the vibes. You hear it and you know that we had a good time doing that record.
Right.
Because we did have a good time doing that record. So I got this video where we're inside the studio and we're learning apart. And we're eating food and we're drinking inside the studio. It's like us four right here, right? So we're just fucking, yeah, okay, this is what you're gonna do. Da, da, da. So then we had an engineer who stuttered, right? So he was you would hear him in the cans. And in the video you don't see it.
Guys, stop fucking around.
Dude, it was like that. So
Time is money.
so we're recording. So we're doing, we're doing a part, and somebody fucked up. Was like he wanted to say like, Eric, get closer to the mic, right? So it was like you heard it in the cans, Eric, Eric, and we're like, what? So one of us, fucking
Stutters
try
are
to.
so
it's,
funny,
dude.
man.
it was, you felt bad because you knew what he was trying to say, but it was like,
As an adult,
sorry.
you look back and go, I feel bad.
It's-
But you
but
laugh.
at the moment, it's just
I
fucking.
never ever felt bad. I'm sorry.
We did
love it.
because
I
it
just
was
love
it was.
It's so funny.
That's why it's because
I'm probably going to
the
hell.
insult king.
It's the insult king.
I'm
It's
not
like-
insulting anybody. They're doing it to themselves. All they gotta do is talk. I'm not insulting them.
Yeah, that's.
You know
Oh,
what?
is that an insult?
You don't get it. Yeah, that's an insult.
Season 2, I gotta do a flyer. The insult king.
The insult king.
The insult king. I'm telling you, man.
a dick.
But that's
You
what
guys are
happened.
so funny.
But that's if you see the video, you see us just cracking up, and you can't hear it much because the guy who was recording was on the other side of the glass.
Yeah, you can't
so
see
it's just
him.
you see us
See,
cracking up.
yeah, it's great.
But it was because of that. Every time we were trying to do something serious, okay, let's go, we'll do it again. And you're trying to, and then he'll say something like.
I couldn't do it, dude. I would
We
sit there
couldn't.
laughing
We
fucking all
tried.
night.
We tried because we feel bad. We know that.
See, I'm not the only one, dude.
It was.
Yeah,
it
there's a
was-
difference between laughing
Like people with
at the
Tourette's.
situation and laughing at
I'm
me.
sorry, man.
the difference.
I feel bad with people with Tourette's because that's like next level shit. That's
Yeah.
like like that.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fucked up. But and people more. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, like that. Like Eric Cartman. Cut, shut, fuck, bitch. It was great. He fucking found out he could curse. He was
the
loving
best.
it. He's like, oh my god, I can get what? God, motherfucker.
Yeah, when the people. Right now, whoever's left is like, shit.
These guys are
What
stupid.
this guy? They're
Dan.
fucking killing
No,
me.
but like Tourette's is more body twitch. I feel bad
Right.
for those people that
And it's bursts,
that are
it's
like,
like heavy
but
bursts.
even but like most people with Tourette's don't have that all the they have like a weird body twitch or a weird face twitch, a
Right,
a
right.
tick. I feel bad for those people.
Right.
I don't feel bad for stutterers. I'm sorry. I just don't, man.
there's a certain element where I care and some where I don't.
Listen, I'm real sorry, but I don't give a fuck.
My bad.
No, but anyway, listen. Congratulations to Giannis Antetokounmpo for the fight.
I should never said the stories.
I'm gonna run with this shit now. But Stuttering John was famous from Howard Stern, but for a reason, dude.
Our calls.
So is the fart man. Listen, if anything, the king of all media, he made sure that people understood that dick jokes, fart jokes, and stutterers were the funniest, and midgets are the funniest motherfuckers in the
Well,
world.
no, what he
That's
did
it.
was he allowed you to laugh at things that you were told not to laugh. You don't
Right,
laugh at somebody.
right.
The stuttering
Oh,
and
it's
all that
awesome.
stuff.
He's the king of
And-
fucking everything. King
and
of all
like,
media.
Again, like the greatest thing about him was, why did you listen to his show? You liked him.
I loved him.
You loved him.
Loved him.
I hate like say if I did, I didn't say that.
Right,
I mean,
right,
like
right.
if I hated him, it's like we all listened from the beginning to the end
Yeah.
for the same fucking reason.
Yeah.
Even though we had different agendas to get
I'm so
there.
glad that I started listening again because he's older and he's more timid now and like, you know, he's judgmental on people who don't get the shots. Like, oh, what are you fucking stupid? You don't have a. I'm like, all right, you know, like whatever. There's certain things I don't agree with, like his stance on shit.
Yeah.
But he's always been a hypochondriac. He never leaves his fucking house anyway.
Yeah.
His interviews are pure gold.
Yeah, always. All of them.
And like he recently had Cardi B, and I got to hear that just because I got to hear how stupid this fucking bitch is. But like, there's so many. Like he had, dude, he did Neil Young. He had Neil Young. Like they're playing old interviews.
But
They're
you
playing-
should interview anybody
He had Gaga
and everybody.
on. He had Gaga.
Everybody.
He had like
that's
like
what makes
one
it good.
shouldn't be smarter than the other. It's just like a
No,
matter
he
of,
does
like-
have everybody on.
But that's what I mean. That's why it's good.
No,
It's
he
like, it's
doesn't.
like-
He does, that's why he's the king because he doesn't
well,
differentiate.
you said she's fucking stupid.
I don't think she is stupid.
King of
No,
insult. The
that's
king
like
of
an
insult.
Oh, well, she's fucking stupid.
Yeah, but
Come
she's
on.
like, but I'm
Cardi
saying,
B is a fucking like a moron of epic proportions. Dude.
no, see, that's the
That's
point
not
that I'm
an
trying
insult.
to say.
That's
Yes,
a
it
fact.
is.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah, it is. It's
Bro, that's a fact, bro.
we haven't gauged
She
her
is-
IQ.
Have you
It's an
spoken? Have you
insult.
listened to her talk?
Yes, but we're not
Anybody
gauging
who
her.
speaks like that, whether it's on purpose or by accident, is a fucking moron.
Yeah, I don't have to go any further.
That's it.
Seriously.
I don't have to.
But am I wrong? No. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not telling you you're wrong on anything. You're
If she listen, if she talks like that for real, then she's just ignorant, right? If she's talking like that on purpose to get that street cred for sounding like a fucking thug princess, then she's a moron. So either way, she's a moron. Like, listen, bro. I mean,
I'm not saying. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything.
she's an idiot.
Yeah. Okay.
He had Lenny Kravitz on. Lenny Kravitz is fucking brilliant, bro. Listen to that guy chop it up for like 3 hours, man.
Well, you know, it's like the weirdest
brilliant.
interviews have got to be musicians and actors, right?
Why?
Neil
Because
Young
it
was
starts going into a space
Weird thing, yeah.
fucking weird thing. Like
Neil Young is a weird
because
dude,
actors
bro.
like this
That
is
guy's a
before
odd fuck.
you start going into the story, and then there's the space, and then Earth, and all the
Oh
other
yeah,
things
yeah,
that
yeah,
brought
yeah.
you
That's
there.
Neil Young. He's a
Yeah.
fucking
I watched,
weird dude,
Yo,
bro.
I watched. There's a great documentary called Echo in the Canyon, and it's about like 60s, 70s rock, like and getting in there, and it's well, what's his name's son? He does it, and he does some covers of some songs, and Dylan, Bob Dylan's kid, he does it. It's a great documentary. But Neil Young was telling the story of his rock and roll, his group. I forgot the name of it, and how they formed the rock and roll that we get now, right? Like in you, so they convinced him, so they put him in a room.
You know, he was in a band with Rick James. Neil
Yeah,
Young?
you know, like he has played with everybody,
Band with
everybody.
Rick James. Can you imagine that? That's
So he
wild.
wouldn't be interviewed, but they asked him if he would play this one song, and it's one of his classic songs. It's when he had the band. They called the Birds, I think it was.
The Yardbirds.
All right.
Yardbirds?
So
no,
no,
Yard,
the Birds. It was the Birds.
Yardbird, yeah, the Yardbirds with Zeppelin.
It's
Yeah.
called the Birds,
Yeah,
and they have
Yardbirds was
like
Zeppelin.
a whole bunch of hits. That's about the time with California Dreamin' came
Yeah.
out, and there's a whole story about this. And so he's doing a documentary about it, but they're taking the songs and they're modernizing it. It's him, and he picks these celebrities to do it. Anyway, the Neil Young part is he won't really be interviewed about the Birds, but he'll talk about himself. At the very end of the documentary, he's behind the glass and they're filming him, and it's this one of the classic songs that he played, and he's just rocking out by himself. And at this time, it's like a 70-year-old dude just bouncing around and playing it, and like you have to leave everything else and just go in here
He's a
and
strange.
stay in there.
A lot of
and you
musicians
hear
are fucking weird, dude.
actors, artists, like artists are
Artists,
strange
actors,
and like anybody who has an art craft.
Nah, see, I
acting.
don't think comedians are generally weird like that. I think comedians can
Oh,
be.
yeah, no.
No, but they can be. I think comedians can be. Most comedians, I think, are still, no matter how rich they get, are still those blue-collar guys they started out to be.
Yes, but
you know what
there's
I mean?
there's
A lot
a
of them still
weirdness.
are, yeah.
But because, you know, that road's tough. You
Yeah.
know, when you're doing thousands and thousands
That's
of hours of
different.
stand-up,
Right.
it's a different, right. It's
That's-
an art, but it's a different kind of art.
Yeah.
Like acting, these fucking guys, like, look at, you know, River Phoenix and Joaquin Phoenix, these guys, these fucking guys. Dude, you're an actor. You're not a when you think you're.
Do you know what it takes?
Like
to,
Joaquin
to
Phoenix
immerse
is a
yourself
Joaquin
into that
Phoenix is a
character?
nut. That guy's a
takes a lot.
maniac. He's a maniac. Like, what's the douche? The other douche. Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf. That guy's a. He's a.
Yeah,
fucking
I don't
wacko.
insult
No,
anybody.
we went to,
King of insult.
Can you-
KOI.
I'm just telling real stories.
Koi, he's the koi.
Yeah, but real story is
we
the
went
same.
down-
That he is that fucking moron. What's that
He's a-
moron's
That douche,
name?
that douche,
He's a
that
douche.
That douche.
He's a douche.
No, so
we
what
went to Mike's bachelor party, and he was fucking for like 4 days living in the street and stunk. Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
And across the street from the place we were staying, we went to this place. It was called the Equinox or something like that.
Yeah, so like down.
It was right
no,
across the street from
downstairs we had the-
across the street from our hotel.
Yeah.
Our room.
So
Yeah.
we were on this main street hub, and dude, like his character that he was.
But that's what
Prepare for-
we don't know that that's true because no movie ever came out with him being a bum.
Yeah, but he could have well, Richard
Guy was
Gere.
fucking homeless for 4
Richard
days.
Gere, yeah, Richard
Maybe he
Gere.
was preparing for a part.
Dude, so we walk in, the bartender was fucking pretty cute, right? So she's like tall, redhead, fucking, how y'all doing? For like straight Texas bitch, you
Yeah.
know?
That is
And
not
she
a
goes,
Southern
oh
accent.
my God, you look like Shia LaBeouf. And I'm like, tell me she didn't say that. And I'm like,
Yeah, but that
no
doesn't.
way.
But that's the only person who said
And
it.
she
But
goes like-
that's not the accent.
But
That's not a Texas accent. That's not a Texas.
she's
accent.
like, she's like, oh my God, you so handsome. You
It might
look
be
just
better.
like
It's a little bit
Shia
better.
LaBeouf.
No, then it went too far.
So then I'm like,
Boo.
no.
Shia LaBeouf.
I go, no fucking way. There's no way. She goes, trust me, you do, because he was standing outside my window for like 3 straight days. Ask him. Yo, bro, he was
No, I'm not
making
saying no.
making the crowd feel awkward, standing outside
Yeah.
while they were eating. Like
Yeah.
she said, he would just stand like aimlessly outside the freaking restaurant. The cops had to come and they threatened to arrest him.
But they
he
didn't
said,
know
"I'm
who
not
he was."
leaving." He said, "I'm not leaving." Right? And then why did they arrest him? You remember the story? He jaywalked. You remember? He said, "I'm not leaving."
Yo,
And
this
he-
is Transformer, dude. This is the guy that like fucking.
yeah, but this is how. My point is how fucking crazy these guys get. Like
there's a difference
for
between
3
the-
days,
yeah.
the guy
But,
smelled
but
like
do you
shit.
think he was preparing for a role?
No, I think he was on drugs. That's my listen. There's no way.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to look at
How
like-
deep
like
are you in your craft that you're gonna smell like shit and live in the street for 3 days?
Well, I don't do that.
Richard Gere played a homeless guy, right? And not
Yeah.
too long ago. And the whole time they filmed him from like a building, every building across the street on an angle. And it was like for 4 days he didn't shower, didn't change his clothes. So he's digging through the garbage. It's like 42nd and something, like on Grand Central,
Yeah.
around there. I think whatever the back street is over there. So he's going into the garbage to just like garbage pick. And some woman comes out of Dwayne Reed, sees him, doesn't recognize it's Richard Gere, goes back into the Dwayne Reed and gets a bag
Condoms.
of chips, a sandwich, and water. And he goes, here, she goes, here, sir. Like the recording, here, sir. You need this more than I do. And it was like whatever money, she had no more money. So like that's
She
what
didn't bring
had.
him. She didn't bring him a paper towel roll and a
couldn't-
gerbil.
She didn't. And told like Stallone. Apparently Stallone is the one who came up with that. But anyway, yeah, he says he did. Like, but I'm saying it's like she didn't recognize Richard Gere. She saw a homeless dude who was going through the garbage looking
Right.
for food.
Right.
Now with Shia LaBeouf, I think that dude was just
He was just homeless.
fucking yeah. He was just
Yo,
he just
let me
decided to
explain
be
something.
homeless. No
All-
role.
All I have to tell you is, if that movie never comes out, that's 4 days of your fucking wasted life. You're never getting back.
But he doesn't want
And
it
you
back.
Smell
but
like
that-
shit.
That's
but he's
just it.
so
That's-
like messed up in the head. He doesn't
No,
want
he's
it back.
fucked up in the head. That's
But
why I
it's
said
like,
he's a douche.
Joaquin Phoenix, like but yeah,
That's
look, a
not me
lot of
being
these
mean.
people, they're in Hollywood when they're young. They're secluded from the rest of the world because the rest of the world is not them.
Yep.
To be the things and they do the things that they have to do, they have to be a part of everyone.
I don't blame them. I'm still calling them out.
You know, but to be some of these bigger characters, like I'm into it 3 days. These people are in characters.
If you played a gay man, would you have sex with a gay man? With a
No,
man?
No.
Just to
But
really
if-
get the
but
role?
if- But if the script calls me to kiss the fucking
What-
dude that I have
what-
to, then I have to.
What about blowing him?
You don't really blow a guy though. No, you don't.
Oh,
not
you-
on. It's not gay porn.
If they really
It's
want
a movie.
but if they really, it's a sex scene and they really want you to feel the mode.
They want me.
and,
They're
you-
looking
and they're
at
like,
me.
Mike, put the dick in your mouth.
Do they
Mike."
go like this? Do
Would
they
you
go,
do it?
Do they go like this? Look. You
How
look,
bad do you want
you
the
look
role?
like you guys. You want the guy who sucked dick? I don't look like.
I
the
just
guy
want
who
to know how
sucked dick.
bad you want the role.
I don't look like the guy who sucked. I'm
'Cause
not.
listen,
I don't
know-
look like the guy who's
I know
going
some.
down.
I know some people in Hollywood.
I'm not going down.
And if you're willing to put the penis in your mouth, I might be able to get you some auditions.
Listen, I see how much trouble all the girlfriends
Mike-
I've had in life.
Mike could be like,
I can't
Mike
do
like,
it.
Where do I sign?
Yeah.
Where do I put the money in?
Not only am I signing, but this guy's right behind me going, if you got room for me,
I'll
I'm
do
in.
it too.
I'm his manager.
2 million.
Shit.
No, look, I'm just saying, like in some characters, like what was the shit, Chloe 7G.
Seven golfers. You know, she put a dick in her mouth in a real
Yes,
movie.
but we don't know.
In
like,
a real movie.
Oh, so
I saw her dip
yes,
the penis
but
in her
so
mouth.
it's a debate whether that was a real
Or prosthetic?
What's his name? Yeah, what's his name?
I forget. I know. But, dude, that's a real role.
Something-
so what's,
something
would you,
dirty-
would
something-
You do, would you do a Chloe Sevigny?
Which part?
Put the dick in her mouth.
But that wasn't a real dick, or
I think
was it a real
No,
dick?
I think it was.
Okay, so here, so here, so so there's a lot of.
Would
there's-
Tara divorce you if you did that?
there's- Of
For,
course.
for the role?
For
Like,
for
Barney,
women.
I really
No.
want that role. This
Not-
could,
not for-
if
not
you-
for a penis.
If
Not
you
for a
knew-
penis.
If you knew it was going to catapult you into like,
And all of a sudden,
you would be
all
nominated
of a
for an
sudden-
Oscar. Would you
and
put
all
a
of
dick
a
in
sudden,
your
the
mouth?
$1 million paycheck
I'm just
comes
asking.
in. The $1 million paycheck comes in.
She'd be
I'm
happy
sure
with it.
that she'd be like, "Wow, what a great
She'd be
job
like,
you
give me a
did."
kiss. That didn't taste that bad.
Oh my god, that's fruity. It's so clean.
That's when you do your buckwheat and play. How did my dick taste?
No, I don't. I would never do that.
No.
But anyway, so
All right, Mike said 5 minutes, 25 minutes ago.
yeah.
So we're gonna wrap it up. Congratulations
Well, we
to
have to wrap
Giannis.
it up.
To Giannis,
Giannis.
congratulations.
Yay.
They won it. He's a true champion. Our
Solid
Mets
dude.
are still in first place. The Yankees are on fire, bringing up some kids. What else we got?
They have to,
Football
because
They had
everybody's
to. They
hurt.
had to. They had to.
Football play. The players, rookies, all showed today. Football season's officially underway.
Jets
right.
got a squad this year. I can't
Like you,
wait.
you
I'm
mentioned
looking forward.
before, there was the
Nat.
NHL expansion draft for the
Oh, yeah,
Seattle
man, the
Kraken.
Seattle Kraken,
with a
dude.
fucking
Yeah, it
great
was
name. I
mentioned-
love that
Okay.
name.
Kraken.
It's a sick, dude. Their logo's sick too.
I haven't seen the logo. I gotta check it out.
It's a cool S with an evil eye. It's
Just
cool. It's
when
cool.
you look up Beast Mode and when he
It's
announces
in
the first,
Yeah.
Yeah.
did you hear what I was saying
yeah,
about that?
I watched the draft.
Oh, did you
I
see
actually
when that
watched
guy
it.
was trying to give him a pound?
Yeah, I watched it.
It's
I'm gonna watch it
embarrassing.
now.
It's
No, the funniest
embarrassing.
part is when they introduce him, they go, nobody ever realized how much of a hockey fan Marshawn Lynch is. And he's standing there going like this.
Yeah, he's just looking like, what do you know about me?
He ain't shit.
Shit.
It's like hockey, motherfucker. I thought it was called hunky all these years. I didn't know that. Oh shit! There's no end in it. I thought it was called hunky. Fuck.
Yo, so glad this isn't a 1970s cartoon. This guy would write Bojangles, and we would be deemed the most racist.
I'm obviously the comedic partner in this
Oh
relationship.
yeah. So
You're-
much.
you're-
That's not comedic.
You're Mike the Act. Look, I got
Yeah.
sucker
Mike
tearing
the
up
Act,
over there.
he's a-
This guy's a fucking professional radio
Yeah.
guy. I gotta
and
tear
he's
it
like,
up.
this is what I walked into.
He's like, bro, these motherfuckers better pay for my toll.
Yeah,
This shit is like $37 now.
my gas, my toll.
Mike,
I'm
take,
gonna
Mike,
stick
take care of
to-
that, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to interviewing the Latinos.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Hopefully you're not too young. Listen to us, but if you are, understand this. This is not how you grow up. You will not grow up like this. Everything will be better.
That's right.
Hey Archie.
Yeah, we're the role models to make everything better. From us to you and you to, let's say, we love you. Have a great night as we move on and end from all the chaos
Johnny
that
Salgado,
we have.
thank you,
Johnny
my man.
Salgado,
You already know, baby.
showing
man,
up
bro.
every single
You already
time.
know. Of course.
Always coming through.
Season 2, he's gonna be the co-host.
Yeah, I think the season 2 you're gonna be the co-host. Ooh, what do we
Hey
got?
now.
So yeah, we'll talk about that.
co-host.
Yeah,
We'll talk about
We're
that.
gonna talk about that. We
I
might
just
need to
threw it
throw
out there anyway. I just
Thank you,
thought
ladies and
We'll talk
gentlemen.
about it.
Keep
We'll
in
talk
touch with
about it.
yourselves.
And just keep touching yourself.
Peace.